Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here. Is it really Friday today? I can't believe it. It's what a week. Welcome one, welcome all to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here. Nice to have you join me today. Welcome to Friday.
What a week.
April the
Welcome one,
30th,
welcome
last
to
day of
Stock
April.
Markets with Bruce. It's
Come on,
Uncle Bruce.
cut that up, Bruce. Yeah, there we go. Last day of April. April is gone. Unbelievable. See you Monday. It's already May. What? The time just flying by. Unbelievable. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're going to have a great weekend and get some rest in. I'm going to try. And cheers to all of you from Creston, British Columbia here with Uncle Bruce hanging out. Thank you, all of you, for joining me today. What are we going to do? What we gonna do? Getting excited about the about the markets as always. We are down a little bit on the futures to start the day, and it looks like the Dow's down 135 points, S&P down 20, Nasdaq down 94. Yesterday was the opposite. We had a big gain. Looked like we had a big gain coming on the opening of the market, and we did. We went up the first 30 minutes. And it just gave it all back, and we went into negative territory. And everybody was wondering why. I mean, all these companies, these big companies, are making all this money. And then the turnaround yesterday with a big turnaround in the markets. But this morning we are starting off with a little bit of a down. Just seeing on a headline crossing here: U.S. personal income soars 21% in March. U.S. consumer spending surges 4.2% in March after stimulus. Yeah, it's going to continue. The markets are going higher because of that. In the end, at the end of it all, it's bottom line. Breaking news: PCE headline inflation up 0.5% in March, up 2.3 year on year. 2.3% inflation rate. Are you worried about that? You shouldn't be. There's nothing to see here, nothing to worry about here. Treasury yields hold ground after personal data comes out. I'm just reading these headlines that are just flying by here while I'm saying my good mornings to all of you. Thank you, all of you, for popping in to see me. Yeah, it's nice to have you around. Looking for, and I'm keeping an eye on big economic news, any kind of upgrades, downgrades, whatever else, and seeing what's going on. Watching the earnings come through. Last night, I guess it was Amazon's turn, and they did not disappoint. The expectation was that Amazon would have a really good quarter, and they did. The Dow, by the way, is now down only 134. The futures are improving right now. So wow, a yearly increase in core PCE climbs to 1.8 from 1.4%. That's inflation indicators, and nothing to worry about here. The amount of money going into the economy right now, unprecedented, fantastic, will continue. And companies like the FANG stocks, generally speaking, are going to do very well financially. The shares may or may not reflect it in the immediate future, only because they've had such a good run the last year and a half. I was watching yesterday, gotta say, Josh Brown. I was watching Josh Brown talking yesterday about how Apple shares were doing, and the host on the show was sort of teasing him, going, they came up with these great numbers, Josh, and the stock isn't doing anything. What's wrong with Apple? And he reminded the host and the audience, and they're just teasing each other. It's nothing personal. They're teasing each other, saying, in the last 2 years, the stock is up like 70 something percent, whatever the number was. It was just an incredible amount that the shares have risen. And last summer they split, as you may or may not remember, split 4 for 1. He said, the shareholders have already rewarded themselves with the anticipated performance. This company is firing on all cylinders, and the share price is showing it. So the shares don't have to go up today just because last night they revealed their numbers. That's irrelevant. It's the long term, and it's the overall picture here. What has this stock done? This stock is the darling of every mutual fund, every ETF, every index fund holds Apple. It's the world's biggest company. It's the world's most valuable company, and is the most widely held. And they are appeasing or attempting to appease all kinds of investors simultaneously. They're trying to help. They're trying to appease the mutual funds and pension funds that are looking for long-term growth, by slowly buying up their stock on the open market, 2.5% every year. They're appeasing income seekers by paying a dividend. It might be modest, but it is a dividend, and the dividend is increasing usually on an annual basis. The company is growing its product line. It's growing its income streams from various areas, continually coming up with new products. Um, and so the only crowd that Apple does not seem to satisfy are day traders looking for a quick double. Unfortunately, Apple is the slow, steady one now, and it will not double in price from 131 to 262 in 1 or 2 days. Sorry, day traders, not going to happen. So day traders have to be satisfied with spreads and momentum trades on Apple. The good news about it is you can buy and sell 1 million shares at a time and not affect the stock price because of its incredible liquidity. And so if you're a hedge fund day trader using millions of dollars at a time to trade, per trade, you can buy $130 million worth of Apple and sell $130 million worth of Apple stock without really affecting the market very much. And if you can scoop a buck on 1 million shares, you just made yourself $1 million for your fund. A lot of day traders, momentum traders, they'll play Apple for a dime. They won't even play it for $1. They'll play it for a dime. Some will play it for pennies. And they're in and out of 10,000 shares back and forth like crazy. And you make a dollar on 10,000 shares, it's 10 grand. You make a dime, it's 1,000. You make a penny, it's 100. And there are traders trading 10,000 shares of Apple for a couple of pennies at a time, all day long, long and short, constantly. It's an amazing thing. It didn't happen. It didn't exist when I was a broker back in 79, 80 into the 90s, because we didn't have the luxury of the speed that you have now. We had to go through a vast number of human beings to get a trade executed, where today individuals like yourselves at home can literally buy and sell 100 shares of Apple, or 200 or 500 or 1,000, a flick of a finger by just touching your phone, and you're in and out. You don't have to worry about commissions. And if you can scoop a dime on 1,000 shares, you make some money, $100 or something. As long as you're right more than you're wrong, you're okay. Long-term holders of Apple, the beauty of it is that you can buy this stock inside your retirement account. In Canada, of course, for RSPs. In the U.S., your Roths and 401ks, whatever you're using. And elsewhere around the world, you have your own pension scenarios. And you can acquire this stock, enjoy the modest dividend. Right now, it was 22 cents a share. I think it's being bumped up now a little, or that might be the new number, actually. It's only yielding 0.61%. This is not a dividend payer of any kind at this point. But get the stock here at 131. A year or two from now, 3 years from now, you could well be on a $250 stock. And the dividend might be double the price a few years down the road. And, you're yielding, perhaps you're yielding, a couple of percentage points on your money. But the real gain for you is capital gain, because this company is buying up their stock, tightening up the float bit by bit by bit. There's no short position to speak of, and your capital gain would be fabulous. You can use this stock as a stock to write options, to bring enhanced income into your pocket by writing call options that are out of the money. Right now, if you own it at 131, if you buy it this morning at this price, you could be writing 140 calls, good for a month or so, or maybe 6 weeks or so. $9 out, perhaps you can write 145s for 2 months out, 3 months out, and take in a yield enhancement that way, and capital in right now to allow you to buy more shares of Apple right away if you wish. And that is another way to enhance your return on Apple. The winner of winners is Apple. Anyway, on the other front, Amazon last night came out with the phenomenal numbers. Triple their earnings from the past. Unbelievable. Let me just double check here on what is it doing this morning. Amazon right now is pre-market $3,535 a share, with a 6 cents on the end there, up $63 this morning, up 1.4%. I have not heard anything about the stock splitting. there's been no talk, no official talk from anyone. So there was a lot of wishful thinking that it would split, but I haven't heard anything like that. The company does not pay a dividend. It generates a ton of cash and just throws it all back into the business and grow the company, and that's their deal. The pandemic profits were better than the past 3 years, just in this past quarter. It was just a phenomenal number. And there are upgrades coming around here on Amazon today. We've got upgrades from Mizuho. They're going from 4,000 to 4,400 a share. The stock's 35.37, by the way. Susquehanna is saying from 5,200 to 5,500. That's where they're putting the stock price at. So that gives you an idea. They're thinking $2,000 a share higher than where it is now. Where KeyBank is the opposite, 3,700 to 4,000. So they're only going up $500 a share, maybe. Where Susquehanna is thinking $2,000 more. So okay, take it wherever you want. Unbelievable. So they're flying. The question now, of course, is as America reopens and Canada reopens and Europe reopens over the next 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, going forward, Amazon's prospects in a year from now, would they be able to maintain these profits, or will they back off slightly? Only because so many of us are now traveling for a while. We're going to visit relatives. We're going to, we're just going to get out. Some of you out there are going to grab your RV and your trailers and your tents and enjoy some outdoor weather. Of course, summer's coming. Will that affect the Amazon share or sales scenario somewhat? Which would then again reflect on lower numbers, because these numbers were perfection numbers. We're all locked up and we need stuff and we just have them delivered to us. A lot of retailers, the competition of Amazon, were all shut down. The mom and pops were closed. They're waiting their chance to open again. Once they are open again, a lot of us love to visit our favorite mom and pop shops, especially retailers that we know and love. And we'll travel and be away from home, and we won't be ordering boxes upon boxes to our house or condos or apartments for a while. This could affect Amazon going forward. But as of right now, this morning, the stock does not care, up 69.79 a share. And it's just going higher. I'm going to talk to you about some dividend paying stocks here in a few minutes. We got that topic today. Over on GameStop right now, 175.50 is the pre-market price right now, down 69 cents from last night's close. Pre-market volume, nothing, 18,700. There's no official news this morning on GameStop that I can tell you, and I've not seen any articles that I can quote to you today at this point. We're waiting for a number of things, but the big one we're waiting for right now, the next big news, will be a new CEO, and when they're ready to tell us, they'll tell us. Will it happen this afternoon? Will it happen first thing Monday morning? Does it happen next Wednesday, next Friday? I don't know. It's one of those things that's being worked on, and we're just going to have to wait it out. The Dow now down 147, 149. So it had a little bump on the inflation numbers with core index figures, but it gave that back. The Dow was only down about 120 something. Now it's down 150. S&P down 24. Nasdaq down 114 points, and it looks like we're going to have a bit of a negative opening to start. It's not a serious sell-off or anything like that. It's something really bad, but it is under pressure. Okay, IPOE, that one has been jumping around a bit lately. Noticed last night it closed to 1743, and it was an interesting day yesterday because the stock had been underwater all day, down as low as 1682, coming back to close at 1743, a 60 some odd cent recovery from the low. Quite interesting. But this morning, pre-market, it's traded 42,000 shares, and it's at 1690. So it is only 8 cents above yesterday's low trade as of the last trade in the pre-market. Now, we do have 45 minutes to go before we open up, and we'll see what the market gives us between now and then. But it is amazing how it does jump about. A lot of stories, though, are out on SoFi. SoFi and Social Capital, Head of Sophia Holdings, they are merging. That deal is going ahead. It looks like it's happening in May coming up here. 2 to 3 weeks from now are the whisper rumors about this one. I can't substantiate those rumors. I can only tell you what I hear. But there is talk, much more talk about what the potential of this stock could be a few months into the merger. There is a lot of anticipatory developments happening here. There's a lot of things people are looking forward to watching. This bank charter thing that they're working on, they're acquiring. I think it's a Golden State Bank, whatever it's called. They're acquiring this little bank. It gives them a bank charter. They're waiting for that deal to be approved, and something tells me that if that approval happens in the next week or two, just before the merger, the stock might run before even the merger is completed, just on the anticipation that they've got that in the bag. Then they list with the merger, and all bets are off. There's talk of $400 a share on this stock, but I'm guessing that's in the first year, not the first week, not the first day, but there's talk of a serious series of moves, and I would not be surprised if this company is immediately on a takeover spree to take over other competitors to absorb them and grow this company even faster. So IPOE, there's a lot going on here, but it does jump about, and there's a lot of speculation in the works right now regarding this company as to what they're up to and who they're going to get and how they're going to get who they get. And so we'll see what's going on. Anyway, thank you all of you for joining me here. I'm just now looking at the comments for the first time. I'm just busy here trying to keep you posted on the morning info. Nice to see you all. Bill, hey, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you. Thank you, everybody, to be around here. We got a new 1-month member, Pickcomb. Way to go, buddy. Thank you for that. Thank you, all of you who are members of this channel. Thank you always for your support. It's fantastic. All righty. What else is going on here today? Ashley, good morning to you. Let's go. Oh, I like how he keeps mentioning loans, mortgages that cost less than 2% interest, and then go and earn at least 4% interest on other stocks and investments, not to mention any additional tax savings. I like it too. I think there's some real potential here for you folks, and there's a lot of ways you can take advantage of this. And I have a lot to talk to you about on this going forward. Wally's World, how you doing, buddy? Morning, Bill. He's saying hi to Bill. I'm saying hi to Wally. Your comments are so wise. I back you, backing Bruce 100%. There you go. Thank you, all of you out there, for your kind words to me and to fellow members. What else is going on? Let me just see what's happening here. It's so nice to be nice to the nice. Oh my gosh, what do we got here? Just looking at some more comments, make sure I'm up to speed with you guys. Get your thumbs up early. Thank you for that, guys. Let's see here. Let's go through here. VGAC is under $10. IPO down around my cost average. Another buy, more day for those two. I did get an email last night from a viewer of ours who mentioned to me that he saw a filing on VGAC, which I then looked at. It's an SEC filing that Citadel Capital owns 2.3 million shares of VGAC. They had to file that. They're a 5% shareholder of VGAC right now. And I like that. I like that a lot. I don't mind Citadel being a big shareholder of VGAC. Don't mind it at all. If they're a big shareholder at these prices where you're buying the stock, you're buying with them. Now, why would they buy stock? Because it's going to $1? No, they're buying stock because it's going higher. That's what they feel, and they're buying it now. They're not waiting for the merger. They're buying it now with you guys. And so just to kind of give you the heads up. And it's possible that you remember about, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we were looking at the trading pattern of VGAC, and we were wondering, why is the stock just never, like, it's always between 10 and 10.01, or it's $9.98 to $10. It's like flatline, not moving up or down. It's just sitting there like a solid wall of buying is in there. I have a feeling that we now know why. We might know why now, simply because there's been some acquiring going on here, And look at yesterday, for example. It opened here, but came down to the 10 mark, and it wouldn't go under 10 from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock. Right here, just there's a bid there. Give me all you want. Just I'll buy it off you. Who's buying that? Is that Citadel? Just buying everything you want to sell me? I'll take it all. I'll take it all. Millions of them. I'll take them all. Remember, this company has sold stock at $10 a share to Richard Branson, 25 million bucks worth, to the founder of 23andMe, another $25 million worth, and to institutional holders, a lot of them at $10. And I think through Citadel and other means, they want more. They couldn't get all the stock they wanted at $10 a share, and so they're taking it off of any of you guys who are impatient and want to give up on it. They're just going, yeah, sure, just give us your stock. Yeah, we'll buy it at $10. We're not going to chase it to $10.50. No. We're here at $10. We'll just give it to us. It's all right. We're less than a month away from this merger. I have a feeling that when the merger goes through, then there will be new buying coming in from people who are just hearing about it for the first time. Remember, on this channel, you hear about certain SPACs all the time because I recommend them to you as some of my favorites. But in the rest of the world, the 99.99% of the market out there globally, they don't know who I am. They don't know that we're here, and they have no idea of the SPACs we like. They're all going to find out about 23andMe and VGAC the minute that company becomes 23andMe on the New York Stock Exchange, symbol ME. And then for the first time, they go, oh, you mean they're going public? I didn't know that. Well, of course they don't know that, because this is not a heavily exposed story right now. And the 23andMe cannot expose the story right now in any aggressive way. Neither can Richard Branson and his group. They have to just keep lay low, stay quiet, wait for this deal to get done with all the paperwork and all the filings. And then upon the listing of 23andMe, they can speak, and they will speak a lot. And if any of you have any inkling about Richard Branson's reputation for media, I mean, come on. Yeah, there's a reason why Citadel is buying up all the stock you want to give them. They'll just take it off your hands. And they're saying, thank you very much. May I have another? Thank you very much. May I have another? Interesting, very interesting developments there. On the VGAC this morning, I don't think much is happening on it. Let me just see if I can get the quote up for you there. Don't see that there. Hang on a minute. Hold on. All right. There we go. VGAC on the pre-market right now is right at $10, and the volume this morning, 667 shares. No one is selling at $10 this morning on that market, but no one is outbidding anyone either. So it's just the dog days. We're waiting it out to get through this so that we can start trading going forward. Anyway, that's that one. Fifth wall, by the way, 1044 on the pre-market on 790 shares. It's down 29 cents. I would not read anything into this. It closed last night at 1070, and something tells me it's going to open around that price as well. This pre-market price was hours ago this trade was made. I don't know why someone would want to sell in the pre-market fifth wall at 1044 when it closed at 1070 last night. But there's a sucker born every day, I guess, and there's a winner. Somebody bought this stuff. Gotta give them that. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll find out how things pick up first thing in the morning. Facebook continues to shine, everybody. It is holding the 326 gain now. The high of the year, or the high in the last 2 weeks, was yesterday at 331.81, and they are on a roll. Way to go, Facebook. They are making a ton of cash. Microsoft, $250 a share, down $234 in the pre-market. This is a drop from the high of $263.19, so about $13 lower in about a week or so, and it is a reluctant backing off of price. PE multiple right now is 34 times, and I bet you the forward PE multiple is under 30. The stock is becoming more attractive. The yield on it is only 56-cent dividend every quarter, so it's only yielding 0.89%. On your money. So it doesn't give you a 1% return yet, But I think down the road, Microsoft will continue to bump their dividend up. But at the moment, it's a capital gain play, and they are on they're on an acquisition hunt right now. They are buying assets, they are buying companies left and right to grow and diversify their company. So they're in a different growth mode, kind of like IBM. IBM is right now at 143.56, down 68 cents. The stock has been as low as 105.92 in the last 12 months, as high as 148. It's now 143, holding very nicely near the high of the last 12 months. And this company just bumped their dividend by a penny a share per quarter. They're now paying $1.64 every 3 months, and it's a 4.55% yield on your money on this stock. This is the kind of stock where you can go to your banker, go to your mortgage broker, and if you've got home equity available or you don't have a mortgage at all, you could theoretically borrow money right now by getting a mortgage. And I'm sure some of you folks can get a mortgage around 2%. Depending on where you live in the world, obviously, and where in the U.S. and your circumstances. But something tells me almost all of you out there, if you wanted to go and get a mortgage right now, or any kind of a second mortgage or a line of credit on your house, you should be able to get a pretty darn good prime minus half a point or something deal, because there's money sloshing around to lend. And if you can buy or borrow money at 2% to buy IBM even here, you're going to yield out 4.55% on your IBM and your dividend. And I can tell you that every year they raise their dividend. This year they only raised it a penny a share. Doesn't sound like much, but that is 4 cents a share on a 160 dividend, and that's a raise. That's more money. Not quite. It's like 2-something%, but like inflation. But the company's stock is going up. And so you've got a double whammy coming your way here. You can pick up the stock at these levels, and I would not be surprised in a year, in 2 years, and 3 years, this stock will run up 20 to 30% a year now going forward, because it's growing its value. The company has been acquiring other companies as well, and their cloud computing division is soaring. And with the stay-at-home economy and the shift to digital everywhere, 5G coming everywhere, yeah, IBM is on a roll. The company, you'll make money on the stock. You'll generate a lovely yield. You'll make money on the money you're borrowing. If you play it right, you might even be able to, like I was saying earlier, take a line of credit loan, and buy the shares, put them into your 401k or into your Roth IRA. Allow the shares and the dividend to come in tax-free. So that compounds your net return. Of course, if it's outside, you have a capital gain scenario and you have dividend income scenarios. However, they are at a lower tax rate, and if you're under $400,000 a year in gross earnings, you have nothing to worry about. As far as high increased taxes go, you don't have to worry about that. But you can write off the interest as an expense for earning investment income. You can also create an LLC for yourself if you don't want to put the shares inside of a 401k or a Roth IRA. So what you do is you create an LLC. You lend the LLC money from you personally to it. It now pays you an interest rate for your money, which you turn around and pay your banker, of course. But you can charge your LLC what you want within reason. This is where your accountant comes in handy. You have expenses for your LLC. It'll have rent, and it'll have phone expenses, internet expenses, you name it. Any of the trading expenses you run into. And it will earn the dividends and any capital gains. Well, corporations pay a much lower tax, but you get these before tax write-offs that you can benefit from first before you have any net income. And so that's a nice way to enjoy a nice, healthy after-tax earning. And at the end of the day, if the money you're growing in the LLC is not necessary to live on, it's just to grow your wealth with, you're not going to take any money out. You're going to leave the money in there. And so you'll only pay a corporate tax on earnings you make at a very low rate, because depending on what jurisdiction you incorporate your LLC into, you may have no state taxes in many of the states you could set these up in, and on the federal side, it's very low for the first million you generate. Again, I can't give you quotes and I can't give you examples on the tax side. You got to talk to a tax professional. I'm just thinking in the U.S. and Canada, I have a kind of inkling, but the rest of you around the world, you've got to talk to a tax professional and really look into the pluses and minuses of having an LLC versus just holding stock personally and using personal deductions. Again, some countries are much more generous than others, depending on what it is. And keep in mind, depending on the stock you're using as your dividend stock, if it's a domestic company and where you are, if it's a U.S. company in America or a Canadian company in Canada or a U.K. company in the U.K., there may be different tax rules and different tax treatments based on where the corporation is incorporated and where the dividends are coming from. So keep that in mind too. Again, I can't speak for the world out there. I can only just give you, my best interpretation of how I sense it. However, if you're able to borrow money at 2 and you're able to generate a return at 4.5 plus capital gains, on top of that, you can write call options against this stock, which you can. You could generate yourself a very nice return on your capital on a net basis. Certainly inside a tax-free account, it's all tax-free. Inside just a personal account or inside an LLC, there are ways to play the game there. But that's a great way to grow wealth. And now the question is, what kind of commitment do you want to make to something like this? If you borrow $100,000 from a banker against your house and you put it all into IBM, just as an example, you're going to get $4,500 a year in dividends as of the dividend rate now. But 5 years from now, the dividend coming your way might be over $5,000 or $5,500 because they raise their dividend, and they're going to raise their dividend more aggressively, I think, in the next 5 years, because I believe that this last quarter we just had was a precursor of what's to come. IBM had the first increase in gross revenue and net revenue in like 11 quarters, and the future looks exceptionally good. And so I think IBM's growth rate is about to accelerate dramatically from cash flow and net earnings, which will generate and will translate into higher dividend payouts and a higher capital gain level of the stock. The stock's going up in value. The dividend will continue to rise. And if you are sitting on a $144 stock now, and down the road you're sitting on $288 stock, say 5 years from now, and the dividend is doubled in value by that point in time, you're generating over $12 or $13 a share in dividends on a $140 investment. And there you can see the upside of holding a dividend stock over years, because the money you put in now, the $100,000 you put in now, you're generating almost 10% yield on that money in 5 years, and you're still paying your 2% mortgage. And now you've got this beautiful spread on the dividend side, because the dividend continues to rise while the mortgage interest rate stays locked in for your term. Thank you very much. I say, as long as you can handle your monthly payment to the mortgage company, you'll be able to ride this investment for a long, long time. So if you double your money on the stock and you increase your dividends by a ton, you've got a win and another win. And if you're still writing call contracts all the way along, you're writing 1 month, 6 week call contracts, just a few percentage points out of the money, you're constantly bringing capital in that way as well. You are adding to your wealth. Now, that's on 100,000. You can't retire on that when it's all said and done, but you could take a real look at it. If you were able to pull 300,000 from your home, from property you have, and have 300,000 going, you're generating now about bottom line, 4.5% on $300,000 is coming in gross. That is $13,000 coming in, roughly 13.5. That doubles. That's 27,000 in income coming in, just dividend income in 5 years. With growth. You can see where I'm coming from. There's a lot of strategies out there on how to do this with added income coming from option premium monthly. On top of that, and a capital gain scenario, you're taking 300,000 to 600,000. You're taking your dividend from 13.5 to 27,000 per year, and you're looking at option premium money coming in constantly. You may have yourself a nice little nest egg there that in 5 to 10 years might carry you. Period. You might play that game. In other words, your house takes you to retirement today. It takes you to that level in the next 5, 10 years, depending on how much equity you have in your home. These are some of the strategies that can be done. Another example of a stock that's done really well dividend-wise, Best Buy. The good old Best Buy. It's surprising a lot of people because Best Buy hasn't had the greatest press in the last 10 years. But you know what? If you'd have bought Best Buy 5 years ago, it would have cost you $33.48 a share at that time. And at that time, you would have gotten a 23-cent dividend every 3 months. So that would have been 92 cents a year. The yield at that time was like 2.75% on your money. That was way back. That was 5 years ago. Well, today you own Best Buy. You're at $118 a share. So first of all, you've made almost 4 times your money on the capital gain. But your dividend now is 70 cents every 3 months. It's $2.80 a year. $2.80 a year. So $2.80 a year return on your initial $33 investment. You're yielding now 8.36 on your money. Your stock. Your stock is yielding you 8.36 on your original investment 5 years ago. And this is the kind of stuff you want to be looking for going forward. You want to find companies that can increase their dividend yearly for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and are just have a habit of doing it. Growing companies that are growing and growing their footprint and increasing their profitability. And in this very low inflation rate environment and very easy to borrow cash, and in the case of Best Buy and other dividend-paying stocks, you've got people walking in the door with these stimulus checks. It's going good, but they've had a good 5-year run as it is. So taking a $33 stock to $118 over 5 years, right there is a phenomenal move. You can imagine if you borrowed $100,000 5 years ago to buy Best Buy, your $100,000 Best Buy position would be now worth almost $400,000, and you were hauling in, like I said, 2.75%. You were hauling in $2,700 a year in dividends on your $100,000. You're now hauling in on that $100,000 $8,360. There you go. There's an indication of just what's in front of you. That's just a 5-year plan. Now extend that out to 10 years and 15 years. Again, depending on the company and the stock and the circumstances. Sometimes you make shifts and switch. You'll sell some of one and move into another position. But these are thoughts. Some of the stocks that I'm looking at for dividend growth going forward, I'm looking at J.P. Morgan. I'm looking at some of these big investment banks America has. J.P. Morgan. I'm looking at Goldman Sachs. That's another one. These are two companies that are not paying much in the way of yield right now, but I think that in the next 5 years, their dividends are going to dramatically improve. They're going to be they'll be allowed by the SEC and banking authorities to pay out dividends dramatically, and their stock buybacks will be aggressive as well. Cisco is another one I like. Cisco, it's paying a 37-cent dividend right now, which is only yielding a 2.8% on a $51 stock. But Cisco is becoming a cash machine. Even though the pandemic had flattened earnings out for a while, that's about to end. And all servers, I don't care whether your business is booming or not, servers must be maintained and upgraded and kept up to modern standards, top-notch standards. You have to deliver more data to stay on top of the competition. Otherwise, you're dead. And in the case of Cisco, I think they're about to have a good couple of years coming up here. Good couple of years coming up here with their server sales, and with the cloud world exploding out. And so this company here, the shares could be an easy double in the next year or two, but the dividends could also be a double or a triple as well going forward as their cash comes through. So these are some of the companies that I am watching and keeping an eye out for. Love to get your thoughts on any companies you're watching. Dividend growth companies you like. There are a bunch. I know the cigarette stocks have always paid well on the dividend side. Energy stocks have usually paid very well also on the dividend side. Certainly, the majors, the oil companies, the ones that have downstream production, the Chevrons, the Exxons, they're the ones who sell you the gas at the pump. They not only find it, they refine it, and then they sell you the finished product. That's where they score on every metric. And even if on the exploration side they're not doing as well as they'd like to, they're making it on the retail end at the back end. And so this is where you can do very well on dividend income. Bama Babe, do you recommend dividend ETFs? I don't discourage them. Or take a look at high yielding dividend ETFs. I don't have any that I recommend to you, but you can do Google searches for dividend, high dividend paying ETFs, and then take a look at their last 5 year history of payouts and so on. They will zero in on the stocks, but you will probably find that the yields will be in probably the twos, somewhere in that level. You might not see very, very high yields. Another trick you can do, of course, is go into Google and do a high dividend yield, high dividend paying stocks searches, and you'll come up with list after list after list. And then you can take a look at the companies that are suggested. You may find like a bunch of top 10 lists or top 15 lists, and that's another strategy to go with. I'm not looking for a high dividend paying stock because the stock has gone down in price because the company's in trouble and they might not pay their dividend. I'm the reverse. I'm looking for a company that's growing, generating more cash flow, and constantly increases their dividend every year. That is what I'm after. In Canada, I would be recommending the banks in the Canadian banks, Royal Bank of Canada, TD, Nova Scotia, Bank of Montreal, CIBC. These would be the ones I'd be recommending. In the U.S., I'd be definitely looking at some of the larger institutions, like financial institutions, because they are breaking out as well. The FANG stocks, unfortunately, are not known as dividend payers. The FANG stocks are not known as high yielding dividend companies. They're in the growth mode, and their numbers this week are showing us unbelievable numbers. But those dollars are not coming to you in the form of dividends. The companies would rather buy stock back and reduce their floats to give you a capital gain scenario, because the thinking had been in the last few years, well, from an after-tax point of view, we're better off giving our shareholders a capital gain return than a yield return. But there's a segment of the world out there that is looking for income, and a yield return is attractive to the older you are, the more you want the income. I kind of wonder if some of these companies are trying to outdo themselves with buybacks, when in reality they could build a floor underneath their stock price by just having a nice, decent yield. But having said that, I got to admit that IBM has bought back 60% of all their stock in the last 15 some odd years. They've been just buying back stock like crazy. And it hadn't moved the market. Their shares used to be 200 a share. They got down to 100 a share. Now they're at 144. So sometimes that strategy doesn't pay off like one would like, but that's because IBM was not growing its asset base like say Apple is or Google is and so on. Apple was IBM was more or less maintaining its asset base, and they were making a few moves here and there, but not aggressive. That changed in the last year and a half. IBM has completely changed around, and they've gone after acquisitions, partnerships, and they're moving big time into the cloud computing area, and it's working for them beautifully. So now IBM stock is a different animal now, and it is definitely a qualifier for a 5-year hold, where you literally can borrow money to buy it, take the yield. The dividend will not go away. They will always pay that dividend. They will literally borrow to pay it, because they really pride themselves on that dividend. But they won't have to borrow. They're generating phenomenal cash right now, and it will continue for quite a number of years at this point. And I think they're going to continue to just acquire additional companies to compound the growth. New management, new growth strategies, which is beginning to pay off. Kevin, thank you for this donation. GameStop has become the easiest day trade in history. Hammered off the bell every single day and typically rebounds strong throughout the day. It's easy money. Well, I love to hear everyone making money, however you do it, on GameStop or any other stock you do it on or with. And I have to admit, you're right. I mean, lately, what have we noticed in the first 30 minutes of trading on GameStop? We see the stock get hit with whatever selling comes in. It bottoms out somewhere in the first hour or two, and then it starts building a base. And you can day trade it like that if you're into it. I can't guarantee today will be another winner like that, but that's been a pattern, hasn't it? Really something. Seth, I got 4 more GameStop this morning. I now got 54. Thanks, Uncle B. Seth, way to go, buddy. 174.20 on the stock at this moment in time, with 13 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go before we open. We're down $2 on the pre-market. That means nothing. We've only had 26,900 trade. It's so quiet. And if you can scoop it cheap, I say grab it. Yes, indeed. and we'll see how things go. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments. Just want to make sure I don't want to interrupt. I just don't want to get into the middle of people's conversations. I'm just trying to find out if there's anything I need to bring to your attention here. So just kind of hang in there with me. Thank you all. And see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Tony, my dividend stocks, IBM, Coca-Cola, Apple, Cisco, which is SYSCO, and Telephone. Yeah, Telephone, definitely another one. Yeah, these are all good picks. And let's see, what else we got here? What else we got here? Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We're now down 173 on the Dow pre-market with 15 minutes to go. We'll see if that's where we're going to really start this off with. Down 25 on the S&P, down 112 on NASDAQ. Crude oil down 144, 63.55. The worry about crude oil right now is this constant news coming out about India. It is constantly coming back to us that India, the country, is in real trouble with the virus, and the worry is that if the country goes into a serious national lockdown, that we're going to notice a very dramatic pullback on the amount of energy needed in the case of oil for India for a while, and that could cause a bit of a glut on the globe market, and that's why there's this little concern on the oil. There's nothing serious on the oil front. I mean, it's down 2.5% today. It's not like we're down $5-6 a barrel, but this constantly comes back to us, and we're watching for this to see just how bad this is going to be. 386,000 new infections in India in the last reporting period. That's another increase again, and it's another record, and it's unfortunate. Very, very sad. Chevron posts a profit, raises dividend as oil price recovery lifts quarterly results. There you go. And then top analyst Mayo hikes JP Morgan price target, calls it a Goliath on steroids. Interesting. Got some interesting headlines are coming out. Very interesting. What else have we got here? Amazon sales surged 44% as it smashes earnings expectations. It is amazing. And let's see here. Guggenheim initiates coverage on DraftKings, and they call it a buy. They feel that the stock could jump 30% as online sports betting grows. There you go. That's a former SPAC, kids. Very, very interesting. And let's see. What else have we got here? Oh, yeah, Twitter's got an issue. They are making money. They had a very good quarter. The problem is that the street is worried about its forward guidance regarding its growth of followers, and the stock is under pressure. So that's interesting. We're watching that. Same with eBay. We saw that yesterday too, how eBay was under pressure yesterday because of future buying habits of its customers, because of the fact that once we get out, we get out and we're not at home, sitting in front of the computer buying and selling stuff. This will be something we'll obviously watch closely for sure. I don't know. Trevor, thank you for this donation. Bagels and stocks with the only YouTuber I watch is Uncle Bruce. My only current dividend stock is ET. Okay. Thank you, buddy, for this donation. I appreciate that. $25. Very kind of you today. Thank you very much. Let's see. That sweatshirt. Sheesh. Oh, I've got a new sweatshirt on. Yeah, that's true. I got a new my Stock Markets Bruce sweatshirt, and this logo is sort of a kind of a washed out kind of version. And then I have under here a shirt. Check this out. I got my T-shirt here, my red T-shirt. Same logo, but in the bright version. There you go. How about that? That's pretty cool. So I'm really happy with this logo. These two are rather unique. Jen kind of liked this. I said to Jen, doesn't that look kind of Tired too? She said, yeah, it's got the washed out look. That's in. I said, oh, it's hip. Why the face? Okay, it's all cool. Okay. Hey man, I'm just doing what I can. I got a few other T-shirts in. I'll be wearing them in the next few days. So I'm getting my new logo stuff in here. I'm very happy about that. May have noticed that we have a new coffee mug here, and we have a new coffee mug up here, and another one over there, and another one over there, as the new logos are coming in. So fantastic. Anyway, there you go. We're happy about that. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all being here. We are 10 minutes away from the opening. And Bruce is Miami Vice themed, but I love it. You like it? That's good. I appreciate that. I think I like that Uncle Bruce is considering segmenting his program through the day. Let us see segment names: Inside Bagel, Enter the Bagel, Bagel's Fringe. Take it off, Bruce. Take it off. As SPAC that bagel. Uncle Bruce is going GQ. Uncle Bruce, what did AMD do not to impress? It was AMD. It was near $100. Now can't move out of the 80s. 4 good Qs, so just can't be chip related help. I don't know. I'm not into the stock deeply, so I can't comment. I don't even think I have it on my phone here. No, I don't even have it on my phone. So yeah, wish I could tell you. I'm not following the stock very closely. I know it's a computer chip company, but why exactly it is where it is right now, technically I couldn't say. Sorry. Looking juicy, Bruce. Enter the bagel. Bruce, I have the mug. Laughing out loud. Right on, buddy. Do SPACs ever fail to complete or perform badly after the merger? Gregory, I don't have the actual stats on it. I have heard occasionally, I've seen a little blurb about a couple of them haven't done greatly in the aftermarket, but I mean, out of the 500 or so, there isn't like 400 losers and only 100 winners. I have nothing like that. But it's too early to say for the long run how it'll go. But I believe that some of the earliest SPACs that were done were just mergers of private companies into these public SPACs, and they were just moving the money from trust into their hands. And some of them had only 100 or 150 million in cash, where the SPACs that I wanted to see, and I've wanted to see 200 to 400 million inside the SPAC, and I wanted to see then 200 or more, like 150, 250, 500 million more on top of the SPAC money right on day one. And this is why I like the SPACs that I'm recommending to you. They're going to be cash rich right off the bat, and they'll be able to do a lot of business right away. I figure a well-funded company right off a listing is way better than a mediocre funded company. And I'm also looking for deals in the 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, larger the better, because I want a larger, more significant private company already going public. That's the other thing I want. And so that's why I've kind of recommended, most of what I've recommended kind of fits in that area. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, Sitting Bull. I have been sitting on my SPACs ever since Hedgie began ringing their cash registers, taking them $10 or just under. How can we have 2,000 watching and only 533 thumbs ups? Help Uncle Bruce out, Matt. You're a good man, Matt. I appreciate you saying it and mentioning it to everybody. All of you out there who are throwing me thumbs ups, thank you. I appreciate it. All righty. Let's see here. Trevor, I'm hoping to get 100 more GameStop shares during a dip today. I'm looking for that. 174.52 right now, down 167 with 6 minutes to go. Not much going on yet. SPAC Friday. How about that? Bagels up. To Bruce, Tio, Bruce, you seem bothered. You need to sleep in. Take some time off. Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a heck of a week this week. It is draining. But GameStop wants to go up $40-$50 today. I'll be just all perked up. We'll see what it does. It's just lots going on here, and we're just trying to keep up on top of all the events and developments. And again, thank you. Thank you for your concern. I appreciate it. We're working it. Spack that bagel. Let's see. Thumbs up for Bruce. Thank you, everybody, so much. Your energy pumps me up. I honestly, it really does. Actually, Uncle Bruce looks chill. Got a new haircut, new shirt, etc. He and Jen must have stayed out too late at the Creston Dance Festival. Uh-oh. Gee, is that what happened last night? I don't remember. And Kirk is in the house. How you doing there, buddy? Kirk from New York City is here waiting for my stocks to go to the moon. You got it, buddy. Nice to have you here, Kirk, and welcome from the Big Apple. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Nice to have you watching me today for sure. Let's see. Here we go. Uncle Bruce, I know that hang on a second. Here we go. I know that calls in the money, it can be exercised, and the writer would lose their 100 shares if exercised. How would writing a put contract work? Well, first of all, on that call contract, you wouldn't lose your stock. It would just be bought from you at the price of your contract. So if you had GameStop, let's say you bought it at $150 last week or 2 weeks ago, and you wrote a 160 call, and you were paid $10 for that call, you get taken out at 160. You're actually getting 160 plus the $10 you already got. You're selling at 170. Well, the stock right now is 174. You just turn around and buy it back at 174. It costs you $400 more to do it, 100 shares. But you can immediately turn around and write 190s or 200s and bring in, depending how long the contract is, 10 or 15 or $20 a share again. Get taken out at 200 with the $20 you're taken out at 220. Buy them back. If they're going, let's say they're trading at 210, buy them back at 210, write 230s, 240s, bring in another $20. I mean, you could play this game all the way up and just take in the capital gain and the cash from the premium and make money that way. Sometimes you'll have to pay a little more for the stock because it ran beyond your exercise price and your premium. Other times you buy the stock back, if you do get exercised, at a $4 or $5 cheaper than what you got for it, and you're just rewriting new contract. But the bottom line is you're dealing with more money each and every time you're doing this thing. You're growing your portfolio. On the other hand, you buy right now at 174, or you have at 174 right now, you write a $190 or $200 contract, good for say 3 weeks, and you bring in $15, $20, bringing in $1,500, $2,000 for 100 shares, and the shares sit at 174 to 185 and don't go much higher than that. Those contracts die worthless. It's all your money. So you just brought in $1,500, $2,000 for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Thank you, on 100 shares. Multiply it by 10 if you have 1,000. And then you rewrite contracts again. You're writing now 190s, 200s, 210s another time to bring in another, $2,000 per 100. You're being paid to wait, and being paid well to wait. Now, on the put side, if you are long the stock and you write a put contract, you are committing to buy stock at a set price as opposed to committing to allow your stock to be bought from you. You're prepared to buy from someone else. Well, the thing is, someone could put a stock to you and say, okay, you sold me a put contract where you said you would pay me 160 a share in the next 3 weeks if the shares, at my option. They would only sell you stock at 160 if it went to 150. Well, at 150, you have 100 shares, don't forget. So if you can't afford to buy the 100 shares, you would use your 100 shares you have with margin just to buy the under 100 shares, and then you could just sell them back into the market. Or you could acquire the second 100 shares using margin if you were to buy them, and then write 2 call contracts against those 200 shares. Maybe you'd write 170s, bring in $20 a share for like 2 or 3 weeks. Now you're bringing in $4,000 against the $15,000 that you just spent to buy the stock. You're now only margining $110 against the $150 stock. You could play that game, or you can just sell your stock in the open market, take that money and buy the stock you're being put, if that need be. But don't forget, you were paid a premium when you wrote the contract. If you were paid a $10 or $20 premium when you wrote the put, that's $1 or $2,000 sitting in your account already towards the $150 you need to buy the stock, right? So it all depends on just how the market goes. So you can write puts or you can write calls. Most of you, it's a lot easier to understand how to write calls. It's a simple arrangement. once you figured it out, if the stock's 175.11, where it is right now with the opening, you can write 190 or $200 calls and bring in a nice premium. We are trading right now. We are opening. The bells are ringing in New York. Let's take a look at the opening right now, see how things are working out right for us at this moment. I show GameStop right now at 175.48, first trade on New York on my phone here, with a volume of 59,000 shares. That will change dramatically, I'm sure, but I'm not sure about the volume. AMC, unfortunately, 10.09, down 11 cents on the opening or the 985,000 share opening trade. Going live again, looking at GameStop now, 176.19 is where I'm showing it at the moment. In the early going, 175.31, 175.80, it's jumping about here, so we have to wait. Unfortunately, Microvision not looking good. Microvision came out with their numbers and they were awful, and the shares are getting hammered. They're down to 14.08, and as I suspected 2 days ago, it looks like it was all over for the promotion of that stock, and the pre-market that was as high as 30. It's now 14.08 and 8.3 million to start the morning. It was at 13.87 already this morning, and it's not looking good at all at this point. Okay, GameStop. Let's see where we're at now. We're up 80 cents now, 176.99. A little pop here on 76,000 shares. Very quiet, but that's telling us there is no seller waiting in the wings to hit the market right off the bid. Right off the bat. Nobody coming in right off the bat. We're up $1.09 to 177.28, 177.30. So we have a little bit of a better pop at this point, but it is quiet overall. AMC at 10.15, down a nickel. Let's take a look at some other stocks if there's any major moves. IPOE at 17.07. It did start lower. Was at 16.97 briefly, but IPOE is now 17.07. on 111,000 shares. So it's down 36 cents as of this morning on the first trade. GHVI, Gores Holdings, $13, down $12. That is the low of the day right now on 28,000 shares. Very quiet. The Dow down 163 points to get things started. 170 now on the downside. S&P down 22. NASDAQ down 89.90. And oil down $1.42. That's what we got right now on this deal. When the SPAC merge, is it typically during market close or does it happen during trading hours? John, what will likely happen is the regulators will inform the companies, the stock exchange will inform the two companies, we're good to go. The lawyers will be working closely with these regulators. Everyone is in on it. They're aware. Usually it'll come in the late afternoon after hours that it's official. And the company will either make an announcement that evening right after the close that we have been approved for our merger. We will start trading tomorrow morning as so-and-so. That's our new name. This is our new symbol. And the exchange will do a flashy announcement to all of its members, to the world as newswire announcements go out. There will be a ton of press releases going out all afternoon and the next morning before the markets begin to trade. It could be that the shares will not trade in the aftermarket, or they will trade on the aftermarket. They may well still trade on the aftermarket as the SPAC, but the next morning on the pre-market, they trade as the new company, or they trade as the SPAC in the pre-market, and then they're halted at the opening, pending the opening of the stock. I've not gone through this in a serious formality way. We're just gonna wing this together and see what happens. But the next day is when it'll start to trade, and there'll be a lot of press about it. So we won't be surprised to go, oh, it's doing it. We shouldn't be. All right. Anyway, there you go. There's a rumor has it that new Apple computers will be moving away from AMD to in-house GPUs. That might be another reason why AMD is under trouble. We don't know. And let's see. Okay, here we go. Aaron saying, so Bruce it's now estimated that that institutional ownership of GameStop is at 194%, and that doesn't include retail. So that would put it at about 35 million shares, something like that. So institutional owns 135 million GameStop shares, and retail owns 100 million more. That's what we. Yeah, that's a lot of paper out there. GameStop 177.70 up $1.50. are right now on the opening for GameStop. We've had volume so far of 147,000 shares. Quite quiet, but it is higher. AMC, unfortunately, down 11 cents to 10.08. The lowest 10.06 this morning. 1.6 million traded, looks like, on AMC. 10.04 on AMC, just touched down. That's the low of the day, isn't it? Yeah, 10. It's at the low of the day right now. AMC is threatening to break 10, unfortunately. Microvision down 350, 14.50 a share, 20% drop at least. In trouble. AMC 9.99, just broke right through 10 like butter. Unfortunately, 9.98 low. 2 million shares traded. Just 400,000 selling just came in on GameStop in one shot. It's under pressure. All right, let's see what's going on here. Sarah, I just tidied up my portfolio. I put got some of your SPACs. Way to go. Let's have some fun with this. What other SPAC, not VGAC, do we like? Here are my list of stocks that I like. Let's take a look. These are the SPACs that I've recommended right here. We got VGAC, GHVI, SVAC, VFAII, VACQ, NASH, IPOE, and FWAA. Those are the SPACs that I've been talking about, and you're welcome to enjoy any of those, any or all. Fabulous. And I regret, Aaron says, I regret only having one thumb to give, Bruce. Thank you, Aaron, for that very, very generous comment. Uncle Bruce, something looks different. Did you get a haircut? Looking suave. I did get a haircut. My first haircut in maybe 6 months. Maybe. I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember exactly when it was I got my last haircut. That's how long it was. And I was downtown yesterday doing some running around in Creston after the shows, and I noticed there was this barber sign said open, and I popped in there. I said, you open? Yeah. I said, oh, I need a haircut. Come on in. And yeah, I say take it all off. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. A lot more aerodynamic, and I'm pretty happy about how that's going. Thank you, everybody, for noticing, and I hope you don't mind it, because I got to tell you, it just had to be done. It just had to be done. Oh man. Thank you, guys. Okay, what else is going on here? Let's take a look at some more activity and comments. Thank you for those, and thank you for those. And let's see what's going on. There we go. How do you guys have all this money to buy GameStop? I mean, I'm struggling to buy 2 more. We take our pop bottles back, and then we have all this extra spending money. We mow lawns, we shovel driveways. We take the trash out for people. What can I say? Bruce, I have a question. Are we really supposed to be okay with day trading GameStop with everything going on? Look, to each his own. Okay, there are some who like to day trade anything, everything, and then there are those who just buy and hold. And look, you own GameStop in the way you want. You own GameStop how much you want. You buy GameStop the way you want, cash, margin, both. You write options against it or not. It's your call. I'm just throwing out there the possibilities of variables. There are people who day trade stock, no matter what it is, rightly or wrongly, and sometimes they have good days, weeks, and months. Sometimes they have bad days, weeks, and months. It's all just what it is. 179.09 on GameStop, up $3.59 at the moment. All right, a little better. Okay, continuing on. Thank you, everybody, for being here and hanging out with your buddy and mine, Uncle Bruce. Oh my gosh, what else is going on here? Let's go. Good morning, Bruce. Now, Lou, how you doing, buddy? I'm buying again, just not now. Apple doesn't use AMD chips. Apple used Intel chips. Let's see here. Now making its own. Colin, how you doing? Howdy. Volume GameStop jokes today, lowest in a month. Right, well, it's true. GameStop right now, 265,000 shares. It's true. Let's see. All those shares still under 200. Let's see. What else is going on? And do you want a volatile stock like GameStop for option trading? What kind of analysis or indicators are we looking for in choosing a stock to write off? This all depends on your objectives. If you're looking for, stable income enhancement on a stock like maybe IBM or Apple, you can write out of the money calls on these entities that are 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks long, and you might haul in a point, 1 percentage point or a half a percentage point in value, maybe every month or so. Maybe pull in 1% a month on Apple on top of any capital gain you can make. Congratulations, that's a pretty good return on a senior stock. On IBM, if you can make 1 percentage point a month premium on top of the 4.5% you're making a year on your yield, you're talking about bringing in 16.5% of money. There's nothing wrong with that. By the way, Maniscalco Frank, boy, there's a name. New member, and thank you for joining in. I appreciate that you did that and that you're here with us. And there it is right there. He's right there. Thank you so much, my friend, for joining us today. Fantastic. It's nice to have you here. Manesculo Frank. I can't even pronounce that. Not easy. I'll tell you, it used to be easy, but it's not that easy anymore. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone who's here, and new members, definitely. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's go. Well, here we go. Bruce, GameStop was the most heavily purchased stock in Europe from January to March. It was really well followed. It's true. Collinson, that's just a trim. What can I say? What's this here? From my understanding, Bazell is asking me. From my understanding, if you are newer to trading and don't have a lot in your account, dividend investing doesn't make as much sense. Is that the case? It depends on your situation, Bazell. I mean, look, if you're 20 to 40, you're looking for capital gain. You're looking for some aggressive growth. If you're 40 and older, maybe 40 to 60, you're looking for maybe a little of both. And if you're 60 and older, you might be looking really heavily at 90% of your portfolio being an income generator for cash flow against your existing pension, Social Security, whatever you're living off of, depending on where you are on this planet. So everyone's situation is, their own. If you're older, you see these ads all the time in the United States about reverse mortgages. We see them in Canada too, where you can take a mortgage on your house and never repay it, but when you croak, they get your house. Sorry to be crude about it, but I say, hey, why don't you take out a mortgage on your house for part of your house value? Or a line of credit, I would say, is really the way to go. If a bank, I don't know if a banker insists on a mortgage, shop around and see who can give you the best rate. In any event, if you can borrow against the equity of your house to a third of the equity value, and you can pick up a stock like IBM and take it 4.5% yield on a loan that I would expect you to not be paying more than 2.5% for in interest. And if the loan can be an interest-only loan, even better. Then you're just paying the interest every month for the money, and you're generating the dividend every year for the higher yield, and you've got a gain right there. You have a tax write-off on the loan. You have an income coming in on the IBM. Now, if you can do a $300,000 arrangement with a banker, and you can gain 2 to 2.5% on that money, difference between what you pay for it versus what you're getting from it, just on the dividend and the interest rate, $300,000, 2.5%, that's $7,500 a year. That's $600 a month in net income to you, on average. Added to your existing income level. Now, if you have $1 million house and you borrow $500,000 against it to do this move, you're going to bring in $12,500 a year differential dividend income versus the 2% cost of your money. That's $1,000 or so a month additional. Nothing wrong with that. You could theoretically just take that extra, take the dividend money, and just throw it against your line of credit and pay it down $1,000 a month. I mean, if you don't need to live on the cash, you're just kind of growing. On the other hand, if it's income you're looking for, then this is a strategy you can employ from whatever level you want. And if you do gain on the capital gains side, thank you very much. If the shares want to go up 30% this year by like another $45 run to 185, you've got, a nice gain on your portfolio, your stock, but the loan is still the same amount. I mean, hello, thank you. Give this a 5-year run, you may have a doubling or more of your investment. And so if you borrowed 300,000 and bought 300,000 worth of stock, you might now have 600 grand worth of stock in the $300,000 balance here that you're just paying interest on. And the stock has increased its dividend every year. You're a winner, chicken dinner. I mean, there you go. And so at the end of 5 years, what do? Do you just sell stock and pay off the loan? No, you carry the loan indefinitely. If they're going to give you interest at 2%, you take it. Now, if in 5 years interest rates go to 6%, you pay the loan off. You sell your stock, cash it in, half of it, pay that loan off in full, carry the other half. And now it's 300,000 net stock generating whatever yield you're generating at that point in time, which might be much higher than where we started at. You might be generating a yield return now of 6.5%, 7% on that original money, which this still is. So yeah, thank you for 7% yield on 300 grand. It's 21,000 a year, no debt against it. Thank you. That's kept up with inflation rather nicely, I would say. And your stock will grow for the next 5 years along with your dividend. You're just going to let that go without interest costs against it. These are strategies to stay on top of and something to look into. Yeah. Aaron, thank you. Love you too. 179.30 on GameStop, up 311. We're moving higher. Let's see. You survived, Bruce. Let's see. Pandemic haircut or barber haircut? I went to a barber. It was all good. Gotta say, in the barber chair, it was interesting because normally the barber, grabs your hair and has it through their fingers and they cut it. Not this barber. She did not touch my hair. It was all through a comb and a buzzer, and so the comb lifted the hair and then zzz, and then zzz, and zzz. Well done. Very nice. Nice and short. What I liked. I have nothing to grab back here anymore. Nothing to kind of tuck back in here. So I'm very happy about how that's working out. But it was interesting how how it was different than a normal haircut would be. But no complaints. I'm just so glad to get one in, and it was just driving me nuts, constantly having to adjust what's left of it up there. There's so little bit left in any event. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Let's see. What else is going on? Bruce, what do you pay for a haircut up there? My haircut was $23 Canadian. 23 Canadian dollars. That would be about American, but $17. But I gave her a nice tip. There you go. Okay. Looking good, Bruce. Thank you. Aaron, I get my haircut once a year, but laugh out loud. I look like a homeless hippie, but looks can be deceiving. I hear you there. Let's see. How is Canada doing on updates on COVID? We're getting daily updates from every province. Ontario is the one we're watching closely. It's our most populated province, and they're running about 4,000 cases a day right now, which is 2,000 higher than last year at the worst. So it's still double the worst. It's terrible. What can I say? Bruce, what's up? Dapper Dan, a shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. My husband told me to buy VGAC yesterday. We already have it, dear. 181 on GameStop. We just popped a couple of bucks, going to 182, folks. This is good news. Happy to see this here. Dave noticed it. And let's see if it goes to 180. The next wall is 200. Well, 182 on GameStop right now. 182.45. I don't know if there's any news announcement going on. Let's see if I could find anything anywhere. Nothing there. Nothing officially there. I don't see anything official. 182.92 now, heading for 183 on GameStop with a volume of 520,000. It's still very light, but 183.34. I'm very pleased to see a pop like this this quickly. This is kind of nice to see. Go GameStop. 183.42 183.43 right now on GameStop. All right. We're all waiting for, you know what, an announcement of a CEO, or is there a breaking rumor or something? I don't know. 183.79 on GameStop now, and we're happening like butter. We're moving up like butter. 184 is next stop here. That's what we're looking for. Picked up another 100, nice dip. There you go. When I lived in Scotland 20 years ago, haircuts are 285. Yeah, well, when I lived in Timbuktu 50 years ago, they used to pay you to get a haircut. Oh my gosh. Yep. Butter. What is the stock doing and why? Well, it's going up. Why? I don't know, but it's going up. And do we need a reason? No, we don't. We don't need a reason for it to go up. It should just go up. AMC, good news. It got to 994. It recovered. It's now 1006. At least it's over 10 again. But unfortunately, it's only at 1006, down 14 cents. Volume 4.8 million on AMC. Still under pressure over there. Microvision down 315. Not coming back at this point. 1485 last trade. What else is going on here? IPOE is down only 11 cents now to 1732. Gore's Holdings down 26 cents to 1286. That's a buy. 181.76 on GameStop. We're jumping back and forth right now. Other than that, I've got Vanek Vectors down 458. That's a buy. Home Depot down 136. IBM down 216. That's a buy. Dow is down 121. Microsoft down 223. That's a buy. Apple down 126. Little profit taking, but a buy. Tesla down is up 239 at 679. It was at 666 this morning. Kind of cheap as of lately, but that's Tesla for you. Jumps around. Bed Bath & Beyond, 25.58, down 43 cents. On the cruise lines, Royal Caribbean up 74 cents to 85.64. Norwegian up 17 cents to 30.48. And Carnival up 33 cents to 27.54. So the cruise shares are all higher. They're all getting giddy about the possibility of possibly starting to sail in mid-July out of U.S. ports. The test cruising has been not required anymore. Vaccinations are required. New rules regarding what happens if people come back with the virus have been instituted. If they're testing positive on the ship when they get off the ship, straight home to quarantine. If you're flying home, you can't fly home. You got to quarantine in a hotel, but you can pick your hotel to quarantine. There's some leniency being shown here. I just don't know if this is going to last and what we are dealing with. I'm not 100% sure, but there's hope in the cruise world. Hope, wishes, dreams, aspirations, and everybody else. Everything else. 181.03 on GameStop. Still up 484 on the day. Did touch 183.80, and the volume is now 695,000 shares. So that's all I know. But we do not have any news yet anywhere that I can see. Unless anyone sees it, you let me know. We're watching for anything breaking out. Okay. Moving on up, baby. People are saying, let's see. Who else? Yes, this is true. Eriko, Stock Market Bruce, you should elaborate on dividend and reinvestment plan, the DRIP as well. Great option for people seeking dividend paying stocks. You can take the cash for dividends, or you can just take stock instead. So the corporation will say, we won't give you cash. You don't want the cash. We'll just give you more paper, and you're getting dividend on the dividend. You're getting dividends on the more stock that you're earning. And so that's a strategy as well to compound your return automatically. And that's another way to go. But there are tax implications on that if you're holding the stock outside of a IRA, all right, out of a Roth, or outside of a 401k. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to pay a dividend income tax of some kind if you're holding it outside. If it's inside a corporation, the corporation has to declare that as dividend income as well for possible tax purposes, minus expenses you're allowed to write off on your LLC. Okay, keep that in mind. Alrighty. Let's see here. I just want to say thank you, Menace California. Oh, the new member. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you. I was in January with GameStop. Got out to stop Lewis. Got back in at 300. Got out, stop. Lewis got back in. Been listening to you since February. Heard good due diligence from you on the day of the trial. Got more at 40. Thank you. Fantastic. I get this a lot. A lot of people have mentioned to me that because of you, I calmed down and I took the long view and started picking up the stock when it bottomed out in the $38.50, $40 range, 45 range. A lot of you have done that. Well done. And here we are now at 180, 122. We're a lot better off than 38.50, aren't we? Indeed, we are. Free thinker, I'm writing for the long whales to stop torturing Citadel and just end this. Bruce, Dana is asking, would you mind taking a look at a stock for me? Let me. What was this symbol again? PSFE. Didn't I not look at this just the other day? PSFE. Hang on a second. There we go. PSFE and 1390. PaySafe Incorporated. PaySafe Limited. Trading on New York Stock Exchange, $13.95 a share, up 11 cents. PaySafe has been as low as $9.60 and as high as $19.57. That is sort of a SPAC low right there. $9.60 is kind of the low price for SPAC. Let's see. I don't know. PaySafe is public again, someone is saying. And we have, let's see, any other press releases, anything new? Again, where are we at now? It's PaySafe is the name of the company, and I just don't see anything dramatic here. That provides online payment solutions. The firm operates through the following segments: integrated processing, digital wallet, and eCash solutions. The integrated processing business segment focuses on card not present and card present solutions for small to medium-sized business merchants. The digital wallet business segment provides wallet-based online payment solutions through its Skrill and NetTeller brands. The eCash solutions segment enables consumers to use cash to facilitate online purchases through its PaySafe card prepaid vouchers. The company's founded in 1996, is headquartered in London in the UK. That is what this company does. So I got nothing to tell. I can't tell you anything. I don't know what to tell you. There's no financials that I can dig into at this point either. So I can't be any more specific. I'm sorry. I can't get any further than that, Dana. But if they've done their deal, they've done their deal, and now they trade on the merits of their deal. Will they announce deals? Will they announce expansion plans? Will they announce mergers, acquisitions, new customer? We have to wait. I don't see anything here at this point. So it is higher than the SPAC price, but it looks kind of quiet at this moment. And so there it is. Anyway, there you have it. GameStop, just happy it's Friday, no partying. 179.56, so we're back under 180. Is there an attack going on? Is that the reason why the stock is doing this? We are volume now at 911,000. We've seen about 400,000 come through in the last, 10 minutes? Maybe we got a little run going on here, a little shot at it. I don't know. Let's see. But don't break 200 yet. Trying to shake the bag of chips as it's all dipped. Want to get some more dipped in here. When I was a kid, we had to walk 3 miles uphill through the snow in order to get a haircut against the wind. And we had to walk uphill to get home against the wind too, because that's the way it used to be in the old days. Exactly. That's exactly the way it was. 178.61, a little run coming in here. Let's see what's going on. Yes, Bruce, it's not about the margin call itself, but failing after it. Correct. That's true. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here. What else we got? We're at 178.76 right now. A little bit of pressure here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, the worst part of walking back in those days was everything was in black and white. It was all in black and white in those days. The wildlife, given your penchant for SPACs, have you looked into WPF at all? It's pretty cheap at the moment. I don't even know who it is, so obviously I haven't, WPF. Let's take a peek at it quick. WPF is Foley Transmine Acquisition Corp. 974 to 1451 is the bid the spread, high to low, and I don't know what they're doing. There's no Market Watch news. There's no Dow Jones news. They've done a release on April 29, which is yesterday, and it was a filing. What do they say here? They're a blank check company, and they're looking for a deal. They sold 1 million units, 103 million units, and they issued 13,500,000 more units through an underwriting broker underwriting. They brought in $1 billion. They have warrants out there for $11.50 a share, 1/3 of a warrant on top of that. And let's see, they've issued $1.50 warrants when they started this thing. They corrected 22 million originally. We incurred transaction costs, underwriting fees, and fees, whatever. They're just restating their numbers because the SEC wants them to. Doesn't change the fact that they've still got $1 billion in the bank. They're looking good. They're looking for a deal. That's it. They're looking for a deal. They have $1.035 billion held in trust right now. And they're looking for a deal. They say they entered into an FBA. What is this? Can each get purchase equal to a company? No, that doesn't mean anything. I can't find anything. I can't say anything on this. I don't think they have anything going yet. So I don't see a deal here. There's still a SPAC looking for a deal. So they got $1 billion. Good, more power to them. I don't know what else to tell you. The wildlife. Depending on the deal, the wildlife. Like I say, I love seeing I like seeing the final deal. I want to know what it is, who it is. Is there more money being thrown at it? If these guys find a private company they want to merge with, and they can bring in another $1 billion on top of that billion, or a $500 million on top of that, they got 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 billion cash going into a hot deal. I'm interested, but right now it's a SPAC with cash, but no deal. Show me the deal. We'll see what happens. We'll watch it. Unless I missed something there, I didn't see a deal. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Danny, you have a great day today. Just had a little zit in that stock right now. 179.92 on GameStop. 179.92. Looks like it wants to take another shot at 180. We'll see if it can do that. Volume now on GameStop, 1 million shares so far this morning. All righty. Black and white. Black and white was so beautiful back in the day. Everything was black and white in those days, Let's see here. 179.78 right now. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Got a new member, Odin's Pumpkin. Thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. Welcome to the family. Nice to have you here, and you're with friends. CN Kumar, putting 10 grand today, buying 1, 2, 3 maximum stocks every 5 minutes till EOD, experimenting cost average in a day. That's the beauty of commission-free buying. You could just buy a share at a time, or however you want to do it. Couple $100 worth of time. It's amazing. Interesting how this works. Yep, I did see Twitter. I did hear about Twitter. We commented on this earlier about how they had great numbers, but their apparently their growth, their subscriber growth is not so good, and so the stock is under pressure. Apparently, it's not working as well for Twitter. Isn't working out as well for small and medium-sized businesses for advertising purposes. And analysts are saying this is a flaw that they've got to fix. And the question is, can they, and how, and when? So Twitter works for big advertisers, but not necessarily for smaller advertisers. That seems to be the feeling out there. 179.78 on GameStop, just under 180. On this pumpkin, you missed my super chat. Let me take a look for you if I can find it. Hang on one second. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. I see it now. Speaking of aggressive dividend stocks, here is part of my watch list like AGNC, GAIN, gain, good, GOOD, T, JNJ, DFS, and CAT. I also use trackmydividends.com. There's a good comment there. Let me see if I can pop that up for us. Here. I'm just going to repaste it. There it is right there. There's that comment again. Speaking of aggressive dividend stocks, here's my part to watch list. I like AGNC, Gain, good, Telephone, J&J, DFS, and Caterpillar. I use your trackmydividends.com. There you go. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I don't see them often, and sometimes I miss them from time to time. You know how it is around here. It's just the way it goes. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Love this. 178 right now, 178.26. That's where we're at right now on GameStop. 178.26 right at the moment. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We have 906 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. It looks like we're going to hit 1,000 very shortly. Thank you, everybody, for getting me to 1,000 thumbs ups today. I appreciate it. That's a great thing. 178.50 on GameStop right now. Watching for another run over the 180 mark. We did hit 183.80 this morning. Will we do it again is the question. And, we're on standby, waiting to see if it can give us that kind of a go. 178.48, up to 29 right now. Okay. Moving on here. Okay, coming up here. New comments, more comments. Have you ever thought of having the GameStop stock next to your face while you talk? No, or maybe I have, but I've decided not to do it, I suppose. Maybe that's what it is. Bruce had such an important perspective. There are not many people from his generation that acknowledge how well capitalism did for them and how it is crushing us. Well, there you go. There it is. I remember when I was younger, though, I got to say, there were, we were wondering how would, in our 20s, we were wondering, how are we ever going to make it? How are we ever going to build wealth? Because it's just so hard. We have inflation just eating us alive, and we're all just trying to come out of school. We're trying to get going here. We barely make enough money to pay our rent. We need a car, or we have the families on our backs about having kids, and we're just going, kids. We can't even afford our rent, let alone kids. Although I will say that Jen and I, we had it good when we first got together. My first year out of college, we weren't making a ton of money, but we certainly made enough to pay our rent, and we paid our bills, and we slowly bought some furniture to fill out our apartment, and we got some dishes, and you buy the stuff that everyone else has around their homes. And at Christmas time, the family would kick in. They'd ask us, "What do you want for Christmas?" "Oh, we could use some pots and pans, or we could use some dishes, or some cutlery, or we could use kind of like." We didn't get married right away. We were just living together to see how it would go. And so, like many in our generation, you just kind of wing it. And the years went by, and we were still together, and a lot of our friends had broken up and were on their second go-arounds and all this, and we were still together. But then when I became a stockbroker, about 3 years after we moved in together, I started making some decent coin, and we ended up getting some nicer furniture, got a nicer car, but we weren't saving. We weren't like putting money away from a rainy day, because you're just so, you're like 23, 24 years old, 22 years old, and it's just coming at you, and you want some of the good life. And then, you want to we took a trip together. We took a trip together one weekend to Vancouver, our first sort of holiday for a weekend, like a weekend holiday getaway. We'd never done that before, and we were like 23, and it was fantastic. We stayed at the Bayshore Hotel in downtown Vancouver, which is a 5-star property. And in those days, you would spend $150 a night, during the business rate. We were getting it for like $89 a night because it was the weekend. And we rented a car for a couple of days, drove around Vancouver a little bit, Stanley Park, Capilano Bridge. We did all the tourist stuff. We got in 2 days of fun and enjoyment and sightseeing in Vancouver, and came back to Calgary, and then right back to work. It was a long weekend, and then right back to work. And we thought we've had warm, fuzzy feelings of that weekend all of our lives. But we dropped some money, but we had it. It was the cash flow game, wasn't it? And in '86, I remember my first time going to Las Vegas. We went down for a quick 3-4 day getaway. Again, Jennifer and I, to visit. At that time, my littlest sister was turning 21, and my mom and dad were there, so we all had like a family get together in Las Vegas. And my parents showed us around a bit. They had been there a few times already. That was my first experience with Vegas. And Jennifer and I, within I think 6 months, we were down there for like a week, and we were staying at like the Holiday Inn on the Strip. And that was a different time, of course. This is early '80s for Vegas. It's so different now, but we would go down to Vegas about twice a year for a week at a time, and we spent some money. We lost some money gambling, but we had it, the cash flow game. But we loved it because it was our break. It was our getaway to get away from the grind of the work, because we were working so hard and putting in the hours. It was fantastic. But still, we were not focusing on our retirement years. We were focusing on our mid-20s. Easy come, easy go. You make it, you spend it, you make it, you spend it. And then we had good years. You had bad years, good times, bad times economically, and you had to fight through it all. Somehow we just survived. We survived. Our relationship survived everything. It just survived all the comings and goings of the economy and the pressures of the world, and it just the family on us to have kids, and we just kept pushing back, going, nope, we're in our 20s, man, not doing it. And really enjoyed it. And then we would do a surprise trips to my mom and dad in Ontario. We would just fly out on a Friday night and knock on my father's door. First thing Saturday morning, we'd be knocking on the door going, hi. They'd be going, what are you doing here? We'd be there for a weekend, 3 days, 4 days, and then we'd be gone again. We love doing that. We just love doing that. And that's kind of how it went through that time. And, you just kind of meander along, and you get wiser as you get older. You get smarter, you hope, as you get older. 176.58 on GameStop, by the way. Still getting an attack here. You learn to you live with whatever the world gives you. You just kind of take it in. 174.70 was the low of the day on GameStop on the opening. It's now 176.67 on 1.2 million shares trading. Still very light considering where we're at. We're not even an hour into the day, but it's very light. 176.91, still up 72 cents on the day. AMC at 10.12, down 7 cents. And volume on AMC 6.9 million, 10.12 on AMC. Microvision 15.08, down 292. Still under pressure. It is at its best level, but unfortunately, it's not doing well. It's really under pressure. I don't know if it's got a recovery in it or not. IPOE down 22 cents. Gores Holdings down 31. VGAC up 4. And the rest of the street is pretty well red. We've got the Dow down 181 points. S&P down 21. NASDAQ down 41.48. And so there you have it. Yeah, so, life evolves. You evolve, and you just keep on moving forward through it all and see what happens. Fred, I bought 10 $45 call contracts for IPOE January 2023. Good or bad idea? I bought 10 $45. Well, did you buy 10 contracts? They're not $45 exercise price. No, you didn't do that because I don't think you can, right? So you're confusing me. If you bought 10 contracts for $45 in total, and the exercise price is kind of low, then okay, I guess, but I'm not sure what you're telling me. Jen, how are you doing? I'm not sure what he's telling me.
I'm confused.
I don't know what to say.
Someone might have offered them at $45, right?
Yeah, I get the impression he bought 10 contracts for maybe $45 each. And so he spent $450 on 10 contracts, but I don't know what the exercise price is. on the IPOE. That's my first guess. My
Yeah.
second guess is maybe he did buy 10 $45 exercise contracts of IPOE until January 2023, but I don't know what he paid for them then. So Fred, you're gonna have to help me there, buddy. I don't know where you're at on this one. You kind of got me wondering. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. 176.60 on GameStop. 176.98 on GameStop. Okay, go. How are you doing?
It's kind of drizzly out,
Yeah.
overcast.
You're not showing off any jewelry on your hands today or anything?
No.
Just
Same old, same
same
old.
Okay.
People
love that. People really reacted to
I
it.
can go and get another.
That's all right. Yeah. What do you think of the haircut?
I like the haircut. Do you like the haircut?
I'm happy with it. It's cooler. I'll tell you that. I'm feeling cool. And you like the look of the sweatshirt?
I do.
That washed out look.
It is.
And then this one here.
I like the red one better. Yeah.
You like this one?
Yeah, I like that one better.
Yeah, this logo is pretty wild. Look at that. That's pretty cool, guys.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
See the difference a background color can make
Oh, the red background. Wow, the red.
Yeah.
This is a red T-shirt with this logo on here.
compared to the black.
Yeah, and then this one here,
But
it's just
Well, no, but I kind of like the denim blue.
this is
you know.
understated, maybe.
Yeah.
A little understated. People noticed that. Hey, you got the GQ look. You got you got the G look there, the styling.
Were you standing there with
Yeah.
one hand in your pocket?
Yeah, I haven't.
The pose?
Well, I had 4 feet 8 inches.
You're always standing.
I got to wear the platforms to get up to like 5 feet. The platform boots get up to 5 feet tall.
And I'm substantially shorter than you are.
Yeah, well,
So-
we're two midgets, I guess. We're just tiny people.
Little
here.
people.
Little people. We're two little people. I don't want to offend. So easy to offend these days. Oh my gosh. Hi, how are you? How dare you? What did I say? Oh, yes. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. People are saying, you know what? Bruce needs a bagel.
Bruce needs a bagel.
Maybe Bruce needs a bagel to get that stock going. I don't know. Anyway, someone's saying, I like black.
Yeah, I like the black.
Yesterday, all my troubles seemed like Thursday. The red one looks good, Bruce. Where it is this afternoon? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be taking this off because I'll be warming up. Here we go. We need a bagel, but Jen can't pull your hair now, Bruce. You can't pull your hair now. Well, I mean, it's a little
know.
harder. That's true. Yeah, and let's see. Show me your stocks, Bruce. What size sweatshirt fits a 4.8 Uncle Bruce wear? What is he wearing? Stop offending me, says JJ Gunn. Stop offending me. People who get offended that easily are weak, says Aaron.
Snowflakes.
Nice one, Fred. Hi, Jen. Fred V, there are no 45 January 2022 call options for IPOE. Nice try, though. So, again, I don't know what Fred's talking about. We're waiting for Fred to clarify.
45 total?
I
Then what would
I don't know.
What would the strike price be?
don't know.
I don't know.
Did you get your teeth whitened too? No. That's on the to-do list. Among other dental work, there's dental work on the to-do list. Anyway, there you go. I'm offended that you're offended, someone's saying. You look so fresh, Uncle Bruce. You look so fresh. I don't know. All kinds of comments
See,
today.
it's the new haircut.
It's the new
It just
haircut.
makes you bouncy.
It just perks you
It's
right
like
up.
wearing brand new underwear. No one knows why. You look just so sparkly.
You just look so perky. What can I say?
My water's just about
Oh,
boiled.
yes. Bagel time. Yeah, bagel.
I got other tables, Mister.
I got other tables. What do you want, buddy? Oh, man. Geez. What should I have today? I wonder.
Is it an egg day? Maybe
Not
an
sure.
egg or
Hmm.
maybe just a meat lover special.
No, I
or no?
finished that off yesterday.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No meat
no,
lovers.
No, it's going to have to be,
Ooh,
it might have to be just another grape
how
jelly day.
about grape jelly?
Yeah, maybe we go grape jelly today.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'd hate it to be a hardship for you.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like I'm crying or tears are flowing. It's all right, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can do that.
A classic.
Thank you, Miss Jen, so much.
Classic on the way.
Thank you. Beautiful. It's the classic way to go. Debbie Manuel, it was wonderful meeting you and Jen. Still thrilled I was able to tower over both of you. That's right, Debbie. You were towering over both of us, looking down on us, little people. Debbie, it was great to have you here today. Nice to see you here, and I hope I see you later tonight for our Traveling with Bruce trivia show tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully you can make it tonight for that too. Thank you, everybody. Those of you who want to play trivia with us tonight on Traveling with Bruce on my other channel, 7 o'clock tonight for sponsor members, come on over. We'll have some fun there. We used to hitch a ride on the back of the bus going up the steep hill to the projects because could not afford the bus fare, says Sitting Bull. Okay, I paid $160 per contract for a $45 exercise price. Oh, okay, so you paid 16 cents a share. Is that right? 16 cents a share? 10 cents? Yeah. For a $45 exercise price. Okay. Yo, that's way out there. Yeah, you're way out there. But hey, man, Fred, good luck to you on that. What can I say? Those IPO calls are $190 a share for 123, says Jadal. Are you guys getting offended without me? January 2023, $45 IPO call bid, 167 ask to 45. So there, so it's $1.67 share. That's right, $1.67 a share, which is $167. Got it. So if you got it at that price, interesting, but that's expensive for such a way out of the money thing. But whatever. Uncle Bruce has a glow about him now. Let's see. Hey, Laugh would that be in the stocky kids section? Who wears underwear? Laugh out loud. Commando's the only way to go. Gotta let the boys breathe, says Aaron. Haircuts and fresh underwear once a month, whether you need it or not. Bagel time, let's go. Bruce, are there 0 shares available? There are 0 shares available to borrow on GameStop right now. It's 177.33, by the way. I don't know how the hedgies can still sell. What are your thoughts, Gen? You tell me, man. You tell me how brokers take sell orders when you haven't got the paper. The only way I can figure it out is that the hedgies have so much cash inside the brokerage offices, so many assets, hundreds of millions of dollars of assets in each house, that these firms are saying, you got stock over on the option side? That's okay. You can sell them here and exercise them later and deliver later. We'll do a failure to deliver for you. Maybe they're just out now telling them that, yeah, you can. We'll sell the stock undeclared short. We'll just sell it into the market, and you can exercise options that you have from way back when, this Friday or next Friday or 3 weeks from now or 6 months from now. Don't worry. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I love how cringe it is in here sometimes, like wearing new underwear. Cringe. Okay. Husky, Heather, Husky laughing. Aaron, a great song by Tom. I feel like we've lost a lot of the offended crowd today. It's kind of nice. Go with the classic grape jelly. There we go. Brandon Hotchkiss, underwear smothers the important parts. A bagel, egg, and cheese with home fries on the side and ketchup. Blog your niche, Bruce. There are 0 shares available to borrow for GameStop. I don't know how they can do it. Blog your niche. I agree. You gotta wonder, are there 50 to 100 million shares really out there like that, where they have been sold without covering, and that's a naked sell. That's a naked short against a potential call, where if they call the stock on the Chicago option writer, who probably wrote naked calls, probably, that person's got to buy the stock on the open market to deliver to this guy, who can then deliver to his broker, who can deliver to the DTC, that can deliver to the other side. But if everyone's on the other side, if everyone's in on it, if there are 50 brokerage firms that all allow clients to sell stock they don't have on promised future delivery pledges, where they decide it's not a declared short sale, they just decide it's not a declared short, they're going to just go with a failure to deliver route. Could there be 50 million to 100 million shares of GameStop out there on a failure to deliver notice? I don't know. Can anyone find that out? I don't know how this works. That's kind of wild. So you have that cash you're sitting on, and you are committed, mentally unstable, to the GameStop squeeze because, like me, tinfoil hat on. Yeah, I mean, if you've sold stock to a broker through a broker and not delivered it, the broker didn't deliver it. There's a short position, failure to deliver. The seller was the hedge fund. They're trying to get their stock through an option deal. This is artificial shorting. This is synthetic shorting. This is gamma squeeze, pass on the buck shorting. There's a short at the broker. There's a short on the Chicago Exchange thing. There's a lot of stock out there that was bought, that's been purchased by a lot of retail investors like you guys. You're buying up stock, 2 shares, 10 shares, 20 shares, 100 shares. You're buying it all up from sellers that don't have it and are saying they can get it. Well, I'm thinking if this stock goes up in price dramatically, everyone is short a lot of dollar paper here. And I'm wondering, when will it be that the clearinghouse will say to the brokerage firms, you guys owe us 100 million shares of GameStop. We're going to triple the margin on it to you guys. We're going to tell you to put up $550 a share per share in margin because you're short 100 million shares to us. And we're not comfortable with this position. The stock is going up to $350, $400 a share. They might ask for 1,200 margin. This is where the squeeze can come from. The gamma, the whole thing, the whole gamma, the everything squeeze. It could be that the shares reach 400 or 500 a share because you guys keep buying it. And the DTC says we're going to triple the demand on the margin side, and that's 1,500 a share. Could that happen? It could. Will it? I don't know. Oh, Jen, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, being old school, it just feels like it should, because sooner or later you have to deliver the stock that you sold.
Sooner or later, the stock will be so expensive that whoever is short doesn't want to commit the amount of capital they have to commit to keep carrying it. And if the brokerage firm goes to the client and says, okay, you sold 1,000 shares, 1 million shares through us at $170 a share, and they're now at $470 a share, we want $1.2 billion of margin to hold it.
Your comfort
That's
level
when the buyer goes, oh, no, I'm delivering. So they exercise their option. Chicago has to go and buy it. It goes higher. The stock gets delivered to the client. The client delivers it to the broker. The broker says, okay, I don't need $1.2 billion from you after all. We got the paper now. They deliver the paper. And so the undeclared short positions are dropping 1 million here, 1 million there. But the Chicago guys are buying 1 million here, 1 million there. And that goes from 470 to 670 a share.
Well, and I guess at the end of the day, when the music stops, who's not going to have a chair to sit in? Is it going to be the Chicago Exchange that's, and their insurance that has to belly up for this?
Well,
because sooner or later the music is going to stop.
When the music stops, what we have is, I'm assuming, all these contracts will have been exercised. All the shares will have been bought at high prices from those who can sell it, which were the same people that bought it from the shorters at 170, 150, whatever we've been trading at lately. And the shares come back to the brokerage house. They get delivered to DTC. They get delivered to the other brokerage houses that are supposed to get their stock that bought.
Right.
This firm that just delivered probably has stock they're owed to. It goes back and forth. And so this short position drops.
Right.
And we go from a 150 million short position to a 100 million to a 50 million. Maybe we're now down to 120 million floating around out there instead of 250 million floating around out there. But the stock's $1,000 a share by the time that's done on GameStop, because there's only 73 million now in existence, 73.5 million now. This has got to be cleaned up.
And the retail buyer always gets a chair.
A retail buyer always gets a share. The person who goes long always has a chair to sit in.
They're always protected.
So there's coverage, there's protection.
Someone's going to tumble.
Yeah, but there will be billions lost. Tens of billions or hundreds of billions lost, but tens of billions is my thinking, lost by those who are truly short the stock, truly short. Will it be the Chicago option writers, the naked contract writers? They're the ones who are really caught because they're writing. They're naked contracts,
naked. That's
and they've
the
got
chance you took.
Yeah, so if they wrote nakeds at 100, got $20 a share at the time, and now they got to pay $500 to buy the stock back, they're losing $480 a share to deliver stock. That's pure blatant loss. So is the shift going to come, the pressure going to come from Chicago is, are Chicago option writers, naked option writers, going to start buying stock now at 177, 180 to protect themselves against the possibility
Yeah,
of being
nice
called?
nice and quiet,
Yeah,
because they don't want
they want the street to
they
know.
don't want the street to
They don't
know.
want the street to know that they're coming.
Because then,
but-
then the street smells blood in
Blood.
the water.
The blood will be in the water eventually, but how far can they go before the street figures it out? Can they? And if they need 100 million, once they hit 5 million, the street figures it out. Now the next 95 million will run you to 1,000 a share or
Right.
more. I mean, is that it? Is it? I mean, I don't know the number. I don't know where this goes to. There will become a point in time where it'll be too expensive to carry.
Well, and will it go back to the way we always knew it, that 100% is 100%. You can't sell a share that doesn't exist.
You can't sell more than exists.
Right.
Right. So you can be
Yeah.
short up to 70 million shares,
Yes.
but you can't be short over 70 million. And if
'Cause that's truly smoke and mirrors.
that is truly smoke and mirrors. And if the stock did truly come back to 140 million outstanding total, like totally floating about, we still need 100 million to be bought up.
Yeah.
And I don't know where you're going to get. I don't know how you're going to get 100 million people, 100 million shares that people have, to get them to sell it
Mhm.
in a hurry to people who need it now,
Mhm.
unless you run this to 500 a share or 600 a share.
Right.
That's the only way I see it, because there are others who smell blood in the water who will be long buying
That's
in.
right.
They're going to want to
They'll
buy
buy
it
into and,
to fuel it up,
and
Yeah.
supply and demand.
and away we go.
It always comes back to supply and
It
demand.
keeps coming back to this. Isn't this fun?
I'm going to go feed the cat.
Okay, good plan.
See if she turns up her nose at the new food. New food.
Oh yeah, new food.
Cat's new food. Mm.
We'll see what happens. Thank you, Jennifer, so much for this. Folks, what's happening? Did any of you happen to see the video yesterday that was uploaded by Trey's Trades? He made a video where he bought a Subway marinara sandwich, and he ate it for 5 minutes on camera without saying a word. He just sat there and ate it, and drank his drink, and at the end of it, I think he said that was pretty good, or that was great, or something, and that was all he said. The guy got 15,000 views just sitting there eating a marinara sandwich. I got to switch to Subway. I'm telling you, 177.03 on GameStop right now. At least I try to talk, but maybe I shouldn't. Trey, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and I thank you. I commend you, and I thank you, and I hope you enjoyed that marinara sandwich. It sure looked like you did. Oh, man. Such fun at the OK Corral. Thank you, everybody. Anyway, let's keep going, moving on. Let's go through some more comments here. Bruce, you look 20 years younger today. Did you also get a tan, by the way? IPO at 400 could be life-changing. Yeah, I'd say that will affect a few portfolios around this house, around this channel's world. Not in my case. I don't own any of the stock, but you guys do, and you can do very well. Thank you. Let's see what else is going on here. We're at 177.25, and let's see what the stock can do here. Thank you to Zorphius. Uncle Bruce, when the short squeeze hits, what will it look like as it happens? And how many days will it stay at the top? I've heard anything from 1.5 to 3 days. Well, I just wonder about a slow Chinese water torture effect on the GameStop this time around. I wonder about a 1 month run where it just every day or two it goes up 10, 15 bucks. It just slowly keeps, a couple days it'll sit around a while and it'll pop up another $5, $10. Sit around a while, pop up another $10, $15. Sit around a while. That could be the pattern. That could well be it. And maybe that's the pattern to about 300, 350. And then by that point in time, it's like a pressure cooker. The steam is building inside that thing, and we're starting to hear steam seeping out from various areas as this is about to explode. And then you do get a breakout of serious proportions, and it might be set off by an announcement from the company, some kind of an innocent personnel announcement, or you know whatever it is, and then bingo, this thing just goes nuts. That could happen. We'll be here to watch it. Heather, now we know where Bruce gets his smarts. Behind every good man is a great woman. It's definitely true. I did. That's right. I married up. Oh, I married up. All right. That's right. I love hearing Jen's input. What can I say? Jen knows her stuff too, and don't mess with Jen. Don't do it. Oh man, no. There you go. She should host while he eats. Well, Trey enjoyed that marinara sandwich. He loved it. Yeah, you got some good views. I think he made more money from advertising from YouTube than it cost him to eat the sandwich. I mean, 15,000 views. I wonder if he made maybe $50 in ads, $50 in ad revenue. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Someone can ask him, but he'll know in the next couple of days when his analytics come through. But he made more money eating it on the air than it cost him to buy it. I'm certain. And I say, way to go, way to go. And the comments were very positive. People loved it. They thought it was hilarious. Anyway, what can I say? Definitely stick to the bagels. You don't have to change the logo. Oh, do you see my new logo right up here? Look at that. There it is right there. I put the logo up there for the channel. I hope you like that. Anyway, Trey's fun. Trey's an okay guy. I haven't got a problem with Trey. Never have. Ron W. He's a great guy. Subway sucks. Give me Jimmy John's or Firehouse Subs. Well, around here, we only have Subway. That's all we got. Bruce, you shorted your hair. Trey gets mad and Bruce has a good time. I love it. When is this big reveal of Jen's face that is taking bets? The only way you're going to see Jen's face is if you get on a cruise ship with us for a group cruise. Then you'll see her face. But I'm going to then hire a stand-in. See? That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So you may never know. Mm-hmm. Did you get a haircut? Is Tesla doing something good? Is there something happening on Tesla finally? Let's take a look. Tesla. Up $17. Thank goodness. $6.94. Way to go, Tesla. Fantastic. It's good to see. Good to see. We got the Dow down 221 points, unfortunately. Low of the day. S&P down 23, down 25, excuse me. NASDAQ down 29. Oil down 147. So that's what's going on there. Headline, Americans grow increasingly confident in the economy and expect unemployment to decline. If the opening continues, I agree with that. These questions people ask them, they ask me this all the time, privately and on the air. Bruce, I've sold most of my SPACs and put them into GameStop. I'm 1,000% confident in GameStop, but do you think it'll be dumb to sell my last 100 VGAC and 20 IPO to pick up 7 or more GameStop, holding 30 GameStop right now? I don't give investment advice. You've got to decide for yourself what you really want to do. I'll just say this, though. I've always used the mantra that variety is better than just exclusivity for stocks. Cover yourself over with what you like, but again, you got to be comfortable. If you want to be in one position because you're just so enamored with the position, I get it. I get it. And if you're young, I get it. I've been there. I know this drive. I know this feeling. But the older you get, the more you want to cover your bases. And so it's a question of your cash flow, your ability to wait it out, and whether you've got more money coming in down the road to put more into it. It's up to you. You have to decide how to play this. Anyway, what can I say? Observe thyself, Bruce. I don't think it was an imitation. He and Andrew are buddies, and they do stuff like that with Meatball Subs. Andrew's dog is named Meatball. Whatever it is, whatever. Just it's cool. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Hey, man, no problem. Trey gets all jacked up on energy drinks. I don't think he's actually mad. He's just really excited. I think he is. I think he is too. He gets jacked up pretty good. Yeah. He works hard. He works very hard. Just off the word parabolic. I'm looking forward to hearing it a lot. Unfortunately, 174.61 on GameStop. Getting attacked again. That's what's happening right now. $175.28. Don't mess with Jen. Don't spit on Superman's cape. Well, it's going to steal from the bed. You put a smile on that sandwich. Maybe Jen could present like an opposite of the neighbor from Tool Time. All you see are Jen's hands and she talks. Bruce, eat a poutine burger on the Power Hour show. She could wear a burqa on the cruise. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, the voice will give it away. As Sleepy Joe says, come on, man. I thought Jen will walk like a bank robber masked on the cruise while she's near you. She'll wear a bag over her head, the unknown Jen. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. 175.14 now on the stock. Edward Thatcher, did you hear about the AMA with Atobit and Dr. Trimbath? I don't think I did. Charles Bachelor. Charles, welcome to the channel as a new member. Nice to have you here. Welcome to the gang. We're having fun today. Hedges are putting it on sale, 175.36. There's dips here. What can I say? Can you see us? What's this? Sean and Wendy, Uncle Bruce, can you see us? We have been sending. Can you see us? We have been sending all morning. Confused clap. You're here. Hi guys, you're here. I can't read all the messages. I can't keep up with them. There's zillions coming in here. I'm doing the best I can. Thank you, everybody here, and please forgive me if I miss your messages. It's not intentional, unless it's a dumb comment or people are talking to each other. I'm just trying to do what I do. Trying to keep it relevant here to the topic as best I can, just the best I can. Thank you, everybody. Don Hammer, Bruce mentioned the other day that a local place at Crescent does a poutine burger. Oh man. I'm not going to be getting a poutine burger. Jen can just dress up as one of the ship crew, hang out in the background. Yeah. You'll never know. Yeah. I know. 175.39. Oh my. We could play a game. First day on the cruise. Get into the big showroom. I'll bring 100 women out on stage, and you have to guess which one's the real Jen. How about that? Oh, man. Which one is the correct Jen? Oh, man. I expect 114% of my comments to be ignored. Oh man, I'd go on that cruise just to play that Jen. Pick the real Jen game. I'd love that. If she dresses like Crew, they might put her to work. That's right. That's right. Oh no. Oh man. We need to see all of 100 Jen's hands. Oh, we're playing a game during the afternoon show. I've heard there's a game being played this afternoon. Bruce is shorting the comments. I'm doing the best I can. Oh my gosh. I have calls on Glue Mobile. They just delisted it. Do I get my options back or do I just take the loss? I think you end up taking a loss. We do close-ups and I guess project game. Oh man. You think you could look past Jen without giving away the love you have for each other? We spot it, you know. Some folks reported they can get paper certificates from Fidelity if they pay a per stock ticker fee of $100. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible with all stocks. Oh man. I'll volunteer my wife Jen for that game. I'll probably tell her eventually what's going on. Oh man. The first Jen to hit Bruce is the real Jen. No, we'll make it that they all hit me. I'll be black and blue all over. Oh man. If her hands up a plate of bagels, oh my gosh, that would be fun. Which is the real Jen? Have we decided where this cruise is going? 175.54. No, we have not. I might have to hire 10 Jen lookalikes just to confuse you all. All the Jens have to say, here's your bagel. I don't know if that can be done. The cruise is going to Bagel Beach. The Bagel Beach, baby. 175.23 on the stock. Oh, man. We know Jen's a hitter and she drinks. So maybe she hits when she drinks anyway. So how's your bagel? I know the secret. It's when whichever Jen forgets the ketchup. That's the one right there. The real Jen will be wearing lots of bling. There you go. It's got to be one of those round the world cruises. Oh man. I'm really holding my tongue here as a rocker. Now, hear me out. We get the Rockettes in bagel costumes for your conference entry. How about that? Yeah. We put on the shows. We do this thing in Vegas, and we have all the showgirls come out with bagel outfits. I have to charge you $150 each entry fee to get into the show because I'm spending $100 per costume on each. Oh my god! All the floaties on the cruise ship should look like bagels. Oh man, the real Jen would walk out on hands first. Uh, Oh yeah, we'll just start yelling out, "Here we go, Steelers!" And the real Jen won't be able to maintain her composure. This will be the way we'll figure out who this is. Yes. Oh, will you go live from a group cruise if possible? Yes, definitely. If I can, I should be able to pull off a live transmission. Certainly be able to pull off a recorded transmission. Yeah, live would be perfect. Oh man, I just joined. Only see 720 thumbs up. So I think we're higher than that. No, you're not higher than that. We're 725 thumbs up. So yeah, we could sure use more than 725 thumbs ups. Anybody can throw us a thumbs up. Please hit that right now and get us up there. That would be great. Oh man, thank you everybody. That would be cool. Has she found her hand twin yet? She could make millions. Name the show. Yeah, offer all the gens really strong beer, and after that, they drink. Ask for the rules of curling. That's how you know. That's how you know. I would pay good money for a bagel themed cruise with dancing girls in bagel outfits. But that's just me. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Yes, what a cruise! One you'll never forget. Live bandwidth for video transmission off a cruise ship probably costs more than the cost of the berth on the ship. Well, it all depends on how many cabins we rent. You know, if we can rent enough cabins on the ship as a group, we might have such a dominant position they'll give it to us for free. They'll take all that dough off of us. I'm going to yell financial feminism. The real Jen will pump her fist into the air immediately. There it is. There's the giveaway. She can't hide that. We'll know. We'll know. Oh yeah. See, there you go. Oh man, 175.41 on GameStop, 175.40. Just kind of flatlining right now. Oh man, most of those thumbs down are for AMC believers that don't like reality. What can I say? It is what it is. We have a market. AMC 1004. Oh boy, 994 low. 9.9 million. It's under pressure. Definitely. GameStop down 79 cents right now, down 59 cents, 175.70 on GameStop, trying to come back even right now. Microvision down 294 to 1506. Everything else is in the red except Virgin Group, VGAC up 3 cents. Everything else I'm looking at is red. Tesla's up $20. They're an outlier right now. We've got the Dow down 201. It was worse than that. But it was down. It's down 201. 175.90 on GameStop. Trying to get up to 176 again. Let's see. CNBC shilling about taxes again. Yawn. My Jen is from Jersey, so she can hold her own. Not so knowledgeable on curling though. I want men with bagel undies, says Mama Babe. Now you see equal treatment, right? Yeah, Molson Ice Power Hour. Real Jen prevails. That's not a bagel, Banana Babe. Papa Gamer cruise locations based on GameStop prices starts out in the Baltics, rockets at 50 knots to Monte Carlo, over to New York and circles Staten Island a few times, then slowly makes its way to the Maldives. Mama, I can hand paint some of those. Edwin Fabian, new member. Thank you, Edwin Fabian, for joining in. Nice to have you here. GameStop just broke 176. It's 176.25. Up 6 cents on the day. GameStop has gone green again. 176.25 right now. Now it looks like 176.32. Way to go. NIO is up 5% off nice earnings. Let's see. I still believe that between your two shows, we would sell out the ship. Jack Bauer thinks that we would sell out the ship. There you go, Bruce. Bagel Undies, new product, new Bagel Undies. Edwin, we like your tons already. Welcome to Crazy Town. Bama Babe, gas. 176.37 on GameStop right now. Oh my gosh. Matt Cato. Good morning. I would be curious to see how many followers of Bruce do not own GameStop or AMC. I for one do not. I am certainly pulling for you all, though. I like the education and the SPACs. Hey Bruce, why would I buy warrants versus stocks? You wouldn't. You would just buy stocks. You don't buy warrants. Don't buy the warrants. Bruce, you and Jen remind me of the mayor and his secretary on the Powder Puff Girls. Oh, okay. Never watched it. Yeah, let's see. Oh, here we go. Edwin says, after a couple of months of watching you, I finally got myself a sesame seed bagel with cream cheese and grape jelly. Oh, good stuff. Aaron, Obama Babe, the Bagel Undies have the opening in the right place. Yes, I guess they would. Oh my goodness. Bruce, I'm sure you said it a million times, but how is the SEC not looking at the fact that GameStop just sits and floats at 175 for days and days? How is it not illegal keeping it below 180? Look, you guys can move it to 180. You guys can move it to 190. And when I say you guys, I don't mean just those of you here. I'm just saying to the world at large, you want this at 200 a share, just start buying it up there, getting aggressive. But, it is what it is. It will fluctuate as it fluctuates, and eventually there will be a break sooner or later. But what can I tell you? Soren Bagels, Maniki, there's a cash cow. Thanks all. I'm actually just renewing my subscription. How dare they not auto charge for it? Let's see, Colin, what's with the 176 business? What's with this 176 business? We're talking cruises and bagels here. GameStop should be going up. I'm sure we have some Bagel Undie models in the chat room. I have donut boxers. Bagel Undies isn't a far cry from that. New live chat game, Blush the Bruce. Oh man. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh man. Let's see what else is going on. It's true. Call options expire. Well, all options expire today that are dated today, of course. It's in the money, and I want it now. Anyway, there you go. I'm just trying to follow you guys. It's so funny. 176.51 on GameStop right now. Very, very quiet day. The volume on GameStop, 1.8 million. There's nothing going on. It's quiet. AMC at 10.04 down 16 cents on 10 million shares. Not a lot happening here. The Dow down 205 still, and S&P down 23, Nasdaq down 49. That's what we have here, folks. That's what this market is showing us right now. Let me take a look at some other indicators here. We've got on the Dow, the best performers today would be Merck, Amgen, Procter & Gamble, Walgreens, and Verizon. The losers right now on the Dow 30, Chevron, Internet, IBM down 2.3%, Dow Chemical, Visa, and Goldman Sachs down 1.4%. On the S&P 500, the winners, S&P 500 winners right now are AON PLC, Willis Towers, excuse me. That's the big building in Chicago, among other things. WW Granger Inc., Alexion Pharmaceutical, and Tesla is a winner at 2.9% gain. Losers, Twitter down 13%, Skyworks Solutions, ResMed, Dexcon, and Weyerhaeuser down 5.8. On NASDAQ, the winners on NASDAQ, Altazane Corp, Moderna, Cgen, Tesla, and Alexion. Losers: Skyworks, Dexcon, Fiserv, NXP Semiconductor, and KLA Corp. Those are your movers over there. Winners and losers, basically. All right. Yeah. What else do we have? Nothing much else I see here. Looking at headlines, trying to see if there's anything worth mentioning to you. Doesn't look like much there. This is CNBC here. The Dow. Let's go look again here. The Dow down 204, S&P down 24, NASDAQ down 57, Russell 2000 down 14 points, VIX at 1842 up 81. That's negative today in a direction of negative. FX, the futures exchanges, currencies. The euro is down against the U.S. dollar today. The U.S. dollar is up against the yen. The pound is off a little bit against the dollar, just barely. A Canadian dollar is down today. U.S. dollar is up against the Canadian dollar today. On the bond front, U.S. 10-year 1.635, just a tad lower. 10-year German Bund negative 201.2. The 10-year Japan note is positive 0.093, barely, not even 1/10% interest for 10 years from Japan. The United Kingdom 0.84%, half the U.S. rate for the UK 10-year. So the money's coming into the U.S. money, coming into U.S. bonds with that rate. France 10-year, they will pay you 0.167 of a percentage point. 0.1/6% is what you'll get in France for 10 years, showing you how loose and available cash is in Europe. It is cheap. They are in a technical recession right now, and the cash is available easily in Europe to keep business going, but it's not happening well enough. 176.04 on GameStop. It's just not going anywhere at this point. Down a dime right now at 176.09. Not a lot to get pumped up about right now. Thumbs ups, only 700 and so 805 thumbs ups. Thank you, all of you out there who do give me thumbs ups. I do appreciate it. We have 59 on the downside today, 806 on the upside. It would be just so sweet if we could reach 1,000 or so on the upside. 1,600 of you here right now. I appreciate you being with me today. New members, welcome to the channel. Nice of you to join us. We're at 808 thumbs ups now, coming up a little bit. Thank you, everybody. And keep them coming. The more thumbs ups, the more followers. 823 now on the thumbs ups. The more thumbs ups we get, the more followers YouTube will send us, and the more YouTubers YouTube sends us, the more people will hear about the GameStop story and whatever else we're following. 836 on the thumbs ups. Thank you all so much. 836 thumbs ups. 838 and climbing. All right. Thank you to Walter. I had a dream. We were on a cruise ship. You had just finished your singing performance on the stage. We had a drink, some weed, and we danced together. Oh my gosh, Walter. I don't know what to say, but no, that's not going to happen, Walter. I don't think so. But we can all have dreams, and it's okay. There you go. So Sharon, you got the right attitude right now. 791 thumbs ups. Let's get Bruce to 1,000 thumbs ups. Help him out. Thank you, everybody, for coming in there, answering the call for thumbs ups. I appreciate it. Uncle Bruce, what are warrants? Well, they used to be a lot more common than they are now. Although I will say, in most SPACs, warrants are quite common now. There are SPACs, quite a few SPACs that now come with for $10 you get a unit, and in the unit is a stock and a piece of a warrant. What is a warrant? It's like an option. It's like a stock option. It's like a call option. It's an offer. It's an offer from the company to the holder of the warrant to be able to buy stock from the treasury of the company at a set price for a set period of time. So in the case of SPACs, in a bunch of cases, SPACs where they issue the units at $10 a unit, they give you a share and they give you 1/3 of a warrant. So if you buy 300 SPAC units, for example, you'll actually end up with 300 shares of a SPAC and 100 warrants, because 300 1/3 equals 100 whole. So you now have 100 warrants, and you can exercise them. In other words, you can say to the company, I would like to give you back the warrant, and I will buy the stock that represents the warrant. The deal usually is that the SPAC will say to the warrant holder, you can buy another share for every warrant you bring us for $11.50 a share, good for probably a year after we announce or conclude our merger. So, for example, if the shares were to trade at $12.50, anytime after listing, the shares trade at $12.50, and you got 300 shares, you're up $2.50 a share. You're a happy guy, girl. You got 100 warrants. They're exercisable at $11.50. So you can buy stock from the company at $11.50, but the stock's at $12.50. And so your warrants are worth 33 1/3 cents each, because 3 warrants gets you a stock at $11.50. You're up $1 on that deal. Divide that by the 3 warrants you need. Three 1/3 warrants. So each third of a warrant is worth 33 cents. That's what I should be saying. So you bought the unit for $10. The unit is now worth $12.50 because the stock is at $12.50. That's the stock. But the 1/3 warrant is worth 33 cents. So add that to the $12.50. Your unit is actually at $12.83. That's what it's worth. Now, warrants have time, which means they have a premium value on top. They trade on the open market. They trade right beside the stock. You can buy the warrant all you want, or you can buy the stock all you want. The warrants will have a much thinner market. There's very few whole warrants available, 1/3 the number of shares. But you might pay a very steep premium that might dissuade you from wanting to buy them, because as each day goes by, each week goes by, the warrants have less time to exist, and they will eventually die, either worthless if the stock is under $11.50, or they're in the money, depending on where the stock is. But then they will only be worth the premium. So if the stock goes to, say, $14.50, that is $3 higher than the price you can buy the shares at with a whole warrant. Each third of a warrant will be worth $1 now. So your unit is worth $14.50 plus $1. $15.50 is the unit value, book value. But that warrant might trade at that full warrant, which is worth $3, has a $3 value on the open market. It might trade at $4 or $4.50. It might trade at $5 because of how much time it has left on it. The sooner it expires towards expire, it will shrink in value down to its book value or to zero if it's not in a book value. That's what a warrant is. It's just like a call option on a stock, but it's the corporation gifting a warrant to an investor for free. Now, public companies, can at any time declare a special dividend. And in the special dividend, they can offer you just a warrant. They could say to you, hey, everybody, all my shareholders out there, there are 73.5 million shares of GameStop out there. GameStop is going to give everybody a warrant as a gift, as a dividend gift. The trick is that you need 5 warrants together to buy one new share from the treasury, and that might be at $170 a share. And if the stock's at $175, then each warrant has a $1 value to it, because you can buy the stock at $170, it's trading at $175. You need 5 warrants to buy a stock at $170. One warrant is worth $1. And with time, they might be good for 3 months. That means they might be worth $2 each. So in theory, you have 100 shares of GameStop and you receive 100 warrants as a dividend gift, and they're trading at $2 each on the exchange because the stock is higher than the warrant price. You could just sell your warrants. So you sell all, let's say you have 100 shares, you get 100 warrants, you sell the 100 warrants for $2 each, $200. So you just got a dividend gain of $200 on the warrants. But what if the stock goes to 185? The stock goes to 185. Those warrants are worth $2 book value, plus maybe $1 book value. They're worth $3 now. So there will be people buying the warrants to speculate on the movement of the price of the stock. It might go up. If it does go up, they could make a nice return on their warrant. They just sell it to somebody else on the open market. Just trades just like a stock does. But sometimes warrants don't trade well at all. Sometimes they're very illiquid. And the corporation really doesn't want the warrants to trade all that much. They just want the warrants to be exercised. They want the people to buy the stock that they're being offered. And so if GameStop came out with a 20% deal, in other words, for every one warrant, in 5 warrants, you can buy one stock. That's like saying to the market, 73 million shares outstanding. We're prepared to issue 14.6 million shares from our treasury. That's what that is. That's a 20% dilution of the company. And that would bring in 14 million at $170 a piece. Bring in a lot of money. Bring in a ton of money. $2.5+ billion in cash. So that could be perceived as a good thing or a negative thing. It all depends how the street figures it out. Because right now, at 176, the stock is the company's got a $12.4 billion market cap. If you're going to increase the stock offering by 20%, that means you're asking to shareholders to give you $2.5 billion or something along those lines of new cash. They got $1 billion now. I would give them $3.5 billion, but there would be 87 million shares out there with $3.5 billion cash in the bank. But that's almost $40 a share in cash. Stock ain't going back to $40 ever again. So that would be, one thing. Normally, a public company can also do something called a rights offering. They issue rights. And rights are essentially the same thing. They are also the right to buy stock from the treasury of the company, but it might be 10 to 1, 20 to 1. Might be a very small offering. It might only be like a 5% dilution where they offer 3.5 million shares to the existing shareholders with a rights offering. But the rights offering might only have a 30-day lifespan. So the rights die in 30 days. You buy it or forget it. There are brokerage firms out there that will assist public companies in a rights offering or a warrants offering. In the case of a rights offering being a short-term fuse kind of deal, one month, maybe 60 days, there will be brokerage firms that will say to the company, okay, you issue rights to your shareholders, and whatever they don't take, whatever stock they don't buy, we will buy. We, the broker, will take care of the rest. And it can happen. It can happen that a public company might do a double. They might do a deal where they say, we're giving rights offerings to our shareholders to buy like one share for every 10 they got, they can buy one more. So that's a 10% dilution of the company. The brokerage firms, Goldman Sachs, will take all the rights you don't want to exercise. They'll exercise them themselves. They'll do the deal. So we're guaranteed 7.3 million shares will be bought on this deal. But behind that, Goldman Sachs might also say, we'll also add another 3.7 million shares of buying to that number at the same price. And that's a 10 million share underwriting, combined financing of the company at, say, $170 a share. That would be $1.7 billion. Maybe it would be at 180 a share or 190. It can be any amount they want to negotiate it. Well, if Goldman Sachs comes out and says, yep, we're doing a 10 million share offering for GameStop at for 10 million shares, guaranteed at 180 a share, you think the stock would be trading at 177 right now? It'll trade at 182, 183. It'll trade higher than 180 because the anticipation is that it's a bought deal. It's a done bought deal. Well, that means all rights holders, shareholders might say, oh, I'm exercising my rights. I'm not going to let them expire. I'll buy them I'll buy the stock at 170 or 180, whatever the deal is, because the stock's trading at higher than that. Keeping in mind that everyone knows that the minute the deal is a done deal, there's $1.8 billion cash in the bank of GameStop on top of the billion they got now. That's $2.8 billion in cash. A good thing for the company that could allow them to do whatever they want. So again, that can happen. That's how these games work. Okay, I hope that explained it to you all right. What are warrants and how do they work? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the Sykestra SPAC came with a 1/6 warrant. Yep, they come with, there's all kinds of ratios. 1/4, 1/5, 1/3, 1/2. Yep, that's true. Some don't come with any. They don't, they don't have to have one. Some just come with stock only. Yeah. Matt, playing the stock market at times can feel like Clark Griswold on a Vegas vacation. I keep looking for a yellow Mr. Papa Giorgio sport coat. Oh, man. Yeah, here you go, David. They're warrants-like options, except they're written by the company, not another investor, and they have no premium added to them, only time value. That's right. That's right. Yeah, here's a good comment. Michael, yeah, Bruce, if semiconductor production issues persist long enough, could that at some point negatively impact the stocks? It could definitely impact the stocks. It'll impact every company out there. I mean, right now, every auto company's got problems. Whirlpool's got problems with their Whirlpool washers and dryers and refrigerators, stoves and microwaves. The chip shortages, even there. Apple is beginning to report chip issues. Everyone will have it, and it'll be global, and that will interrupt the supply chain system, and that's a big problem. A big problem. It'll affect finances, absolutely. So yeah, not much going on. Mr. Seneca. Love me some GameStop, but now I can't stop picking up more IPOE either. Bruce, you mentioned possible 400 potential. That would set my retirement. Thank you. Well, again, there's word on the street, and there's idle chatter, and there's some folks going well with what SoFi has in the pipeline, what they're planning down the pipeline. There's so much coming up with that company that the shares could take a shot. Not necessarily the first day of listing, but as the news leaks out and the company begins to disclose their future intentions over the first 30 days, 60, 90, whatever it is, there's some speculation that could be going on. And either way, what can I say? Bruce is going to get fined by YouTube. He keeps mentioning his unit. Oh my, Mr. Seneca, if IPO hits 400, I'll ROFL my way into early retirement. Let's see. Sitting Bull, don't buy him too high over 10 right now. Hedgie been ringing those registers pretty heavily. Hello, Great Bruce. Oh, hi, D Great. Let's see. Mr. Ryan Cohen is going to make it happen. Flush out the naked shorts, and the failure delivers at their expense. Well, there you go. I can't wait for that. Let's see what happens. Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words and being here, and appreciate you being around. 176.95. Looking a little better. See if it's got a little more momentum to it. Up 76 cents. Let's go. 176.95, 176.81, 176.95. Jumping about a little bit here and there. That's what we got right now on the GameStop. Right this moment is what we are doing with GameStop. 177.10. 177.10. Okay. Go, baby, go. That's all I ask. Just go, baby, go. Please, please, and please. Thank you very, very much. All righty. Thank you all. We have 888 thumbs ups. Thank you for 888. Keep those thumbs ups coming in, folks. 889. Come on in with those. Let's get us to 900 and then 1,000 thumbs ups. That would be terrific. I appreciate that. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, there you go. 892 now on the thumbs up. 895. We're going to hit 900 here. Thank you guys for getting me through 900. Let's go for 1,000. 899 right now. And bingo, it's happening. I feel it. It's coming. Thumbs ups are coming. 900 right now. Thank you, everybody. 65 on the downstroke, 907 now on the upside. Tesla, 695.93, up $18 a share right now. GameStop, 177.37, up $1.18 a share. We have no announcements that I can see here. No, not that I'm aware of. No announcements. Nope, got nothing new. 177.16 on GameStop. Okay. AMC 1006. 1006 down 14 cents, unfortunately. Low of 994 on the day so far on AMC. Okay. It's a rough one. The Dow down 251, low of the day. We've got S&P down 30 points. We've got Nasdaq down 82 right now. So we're under pressure on the markets. It's not like it's major, but it is 0.75 of a percentage point for the Dow, almost the same for the S&P, and down 0.6 for Nasdaq. So that's what we got right now. Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at right now, guys. Okay, let's see what we got here. Here we go. Obviously, like anything worth achieving, I see the SPACs as a long hold, building wealth slowly. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's see what it does. What would it take for GameStop to join the S&P 500? They need several quarters of profitability. I think they would need a higher price on the stock because lately, to be added into the 500, I've not really seen public companies less than 14 billion in market cap. So they might need a 15 to 20 billion dollar market cap or better to be worthy, but I think they need to be posting some serious profits. And so, but it's certainly possible within a year. It's possible, but I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, Aaron, love you, Bruce. Missed you all week. My sleep was way off. Oh man. Let's see what's going on here. 177.58, up $1.39. And thank you all for hanging around. Let's see. Hey, Bruce, did you just call me? I heard you say beautiful. Let's see here. I blame Fridays. It was so easy.
That was easy.
That was easy. Oh my. Bruce's cheeks are rosy today. 177.60 on GameStop. Yeah, $219 down dip on the Dow, a little better, but still off. S&P down 27, Nasdaq down 74. All three indices are under at this point. Cheers to all of you for a Friday. Thank you for being with me today. I appreciate it so much. Thanks again for supporting my channel by picking up some Redbubble merchandise. You guys are great. Appreciate that. If you're getting get yourself a top or a hoodie or a T-shirt like this. Beautiful, guys. Thank you all so much. I do appreciate it, okay? What else have we got going on? If any of you are looking for a one-on-one consultation with yours truly, I do offer one-on-one private consultations on Saturdays and Sundays. And I think we might have an opening for this Sunday. I had a cancellation late last night. And that might allow a last-minuter to come in. If any of you out there would like a get-together this weekend or next weekend, let me know. Send me a private email, and I will respond to you as quick as I can. You can send me an email right to here, right here, brucefarnard@hotmail.com, and I'll try to get you set up. We'll get you squared away. It's a $400 US cost for 1 hour private consultation, or you and your wife or friend of yours or whatever. And we'll go over your scenario and your life and where you're at and what's happening in your world and try to make it better and try to minimize mistakes and kind of go from there. So thank you, everybody, for that. I look forward to the folks those of you who are set for this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have some interesting comments and stories to talk about. And again, I thank all of you who are taking advantage of joining us. I do appreciate your company. We're at 952 thumbs ups. 952, only 48 away from 1,000. Thank you, everybody. We had 1,400 folks here. We should have no trouble hitting 1,000 thumbs ups. Bring it in, you guys. Thank you so much for getting me over the top. 952 positive thumbs ups right now. We're only 48 away from 1,000. There we go. We're now 30 away. We're at 970. They're coming in now. We're only 25 away. There we are, 975 on the thumbs ups. They're coming in now. 980. Now we're 20 away, down to 20. The 20-second countdown is on. T minus 16 seconds, and guidance is internal. Ignition sequence is engaged. 986 here, 14 to go. 988, 12 to go. Thank you so much. 12 and now 7 to go. Let's see, 6, 5, 4, 3 to go. 3, 2, 1. Have we hit 1,000 subs? 998, 2 to go. Thank you, everybody, so much. 998, and there it is. 1,000 thumbs ups have come through with the 70 on the downside. Thank you, everybody, for your support of this YouTuber. I so appreciate it. Thank you very much. That is great. I know I beg for thumbs ups all the time, but they are important, and thank you very much for that. $177 a share on GameStop right now. The volume on GameStop today has been 1.98 million. Very quiet, unfortunately. AMC down a dime to 10.10 right now. 11.9 million traded on AMC. Microvision down 294, 15.06 right now. Fifth Wall down a penny. Vector Acquisition down 3 cents. NavSite down 3 cents. Social Capital down 19. Gores Holdings down 56. Gores is the big loser today, but that's a bargain price. VGAC up 2 cents. Starboard up 2. Fortress up down 3. And that's where we're at. Down 245 on the Dow right now, near the low of the day, unfortunately. 177.57 on GameStop, going higher right now. Other than the Dow being off, Microsoft is down $1.50, Apple down 35 cents, Tesla's up $20, so we're happy about that. Bed Bath & Beyond down 53 cents. That is what we're looking at right at this moment, folks. And I appreciate all of you for being here today. Thank you for your support of this channel. Much appreciated. 177.67 on GameStop. We hit 183 earlier today. All we need is another little shot. Maybe we'll get another one this afternoon. Who knows? We'll be here to watch it. Hope for the best. Let's see what's going on. I'll be back on the air at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Please join me at that time, and let's do the close together for the last hour. And then we'll hang out for the first hour in the aftermarket, see if anything else is really going on. Thank you for being here today, and I appreciate everything you do for me. It's fantastic. All right, guys, that's it for now. Going to say my goodbyes. I'll catch you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Already, thank you, everybody. 177.69. What can I say? Thank you. Everyone, let's go. Uncle Bruce, you are rocking that top. Later, everybody, be back for the happy hour. Bye for now. Enjoy your break, Bruce. Thank you, guys. Have a good afternoon, peeps. This afternoon is going to be sick. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope it makes it really go. Come on, baby. Thanks, everybody. Catch up. Be good, you guys. And Jen, great Uncle Bruce. More money can't hold my attention. I'll stick with Uncle Bruce. Do you know the thumb has thousands of nerve cells, and it takes more nerve cells to do a thumbs down or the thumbs ups? Did you know that? Catch you on the flippity flip. Wowee. Gotta go. See you later. And I'm feeling that design on your sweatshirt. Well, I'm glad you like it. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Bill. 177.36 right now. Last price on the GameStop right now. That feels good. AMC at 1010, down a dime right now, and the Dow down 257, S&P down 31, Nasdaq down 87, oil down $1.77 a barrel right now. That's where we're at. A little under pressure there, but the GameStop is actually up $1.14 on the day, defying the markets. How about that? That is not uncommon, folks. We see that all the time. We'll see you a little later, guys. Thank you. I have no idea. Be sure to eat a snack before the power hour. Have a good afternoon, guys. We'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and let's have some more fun there. Okay, in the meantime, bye for now. We'll see you soon.